Thank you.
And now, fans, please stand by as we are about to join ESPN on the national broadcast of the State Farm Homerun Derby and one more song by Freebird Down.
Looking back at the beginning of this and how life was, just you and me and loving all of our friends, living life like an ocean. Now the current's only pulling me down, it's getting harder to breathe. It won't be too long and we go under. Can you save me from this? 'Cause it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a fear in me. It's not showing. This could be the end of me. Everything I know. Ooh, but I won't know. Look ahead to all the plans that we made and the dreams that we had. I'm in a world that tries to take them away. Oh, but I'm taking them back. So all this time I've just been too blind to understand what should matter to me. My friend, this life we live is not what we have. It's what we believe in. It's not my time. I'm not going. There's a fear in me. It's not showing. This could be the end of me. Everything I know. But it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a will in me. Now I know that this could be the end of me. Everything I know. Ooh, but I won't go. I won't go. But it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a fear in me. It's not showing. This could be the end of me. Everything I know. But it's not my time. I'm not going. There's a will in me. Now it's gonna show. This could be the end of me. Everything I know. Oh, there might be more than you believe. And there might be more than you can see. I won't go. No, I won't go down. Thank you, my friends. God bless you.
The following is an exclusive presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Take your best shot. I can handle it. Baseballs have been flying over my fences, into my short porch,
Here's the payoff pitch. This is it. There it goes. It's out of here.
and onto my black forever. I was built by home runs.
Chris Chambliss has won the American League pennant for the New York Yankees.
Tonight, I'll be bombarded by them
That ball is gone!
and love it.
Deep right center field. That one has hit a mile way back.
And why not? I know what I've meant to the game. The home run derby here, in my final year, that means a lot to me.
Welcome to the 2008 State Farm Home Run Derby. It is our privilege to be here in this historic place for this special night. We're thrilled to bring it to you nationwide, worldwide for that matter, here on ESPN. Now, you fans, is it true? Someone said coming in here, is it true that this is Yankee Stadium's final year? Is it true? Well, then, if that's the case, give us your best Bronx cheer to welcome our 8 contestants, please. Give them a hand. Come on. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the first batter we'll see tonight, the record in the majors for second baseman homers in a season is 43. This young man from the Florida Marlins already has 23. Dan Uggla. He looks younger than your kids, but don't be fooled. He plays with so much savvy. He leads the American League with homers with 23. Center fielder for the Cleveland Indians, Brady Sizemore. Speaking of second basemen that can pull it, he's making his 3rd straight start for the National League. He has 25 homers to lead the league for much of the year. From the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. He was not on the Rays roster on opening day, but now he's an all-star. He's a rookie no more. Third baseman from Tampa Bay, Evan Longoria. He's the graybeard of this group, and he comes in hitting .347, the 3rd highest average in the bigs. His 5th time as an all-star with one of the sweetest swings going. First baseman for the Astros, the starter of the National League, Lance Berkman. 2 years ago, he was most valuable player of the American League. Pretty good for a guy that started as a goalie in British Columbia. Hitting at .323 at first baseman for the Minnesota Twins, Justin Morneau. A year ago, he was Rookie of the Year in the National League at third base. Now in his 2nd season, he's starting in the outfield with 23 homers from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ryan Braun. And you talk about great stories, here's about 5 of them. He leads the major leagues with 95 RBIs. He has 21 homers, starting in the outfield from the Texas Rangers, Josh Hamilton. And those are our 8. We got plenty going on down on the field, but let's see where the guys might hit it tonight, which is where we have our perfect Gold Glove fielder, Carl Ravitch and company. Ravi, good evening.
Hi, Boomer. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much. We appreciate you allowing us to join and be here. We have John Kruk, ESPN.com's Rick Riley, and Peter Gammons. We'll get their thoughts in just a sec, but for those of you who are newcomers, there are rules, actually, to the Home Run Derby. The rules go like this, folks. You obviously have the 8 participants. Their goal, to hit every ball that they see out of the park. Anyone that doesn't go out of the park is considered an out. Here's what the rules state. You get 10 outs. Swings that don't leave are an out. The top 4 home run totals of the 8 will advance. Round 2, the home runs will carry over from the first round, so it's your cumulative total from the first 2. Each player again gets 10 outs, and the top 2 home run totals will advance to the championship round, where the slate is wiped clean. It is 0-0. Once again, each player will have the 10 outs, and we will have our champion. Most people think the house that Ruth built favors a Babe Ruth type guy who can pull the ball down down the right field line. It's only 318 down the left field line. The power alleys are 385 and 395, and that short right field porch is only 314 feet away. Earlier today, Josh Hamilton said there is a spot between right field and the facade that he thinks he can hit one out of. We'll see. Who's your pick for the home run derby?
Well, I'm taking Chase Utley. You know, the Philadelphia Phillies have such a great history of winning this event, the home run derby. He brought his BP pitcher, Mick Billmeyer. Mick's a great pitcher who has consistent speed and location. Chase Utley can get dialed in and get things started early with a lot of home runs.
Important to get dialed in. We just did baseball tonight. We looked at play counsel. Who's your pick?
Well, exactly. I'm going with Josh Hamilton. Can you imagine he's bringing his 71-year-old Legion coach who used to pitch him batting practice and still does in the offseason. What a story. A 71-year-old is going to pitch in batting practice.
And we're delighted to have Rick Riley on the set with us, who has talked all day about how the home run derby is one of the greatest events of all time and how excited he is to be here. Peter, who's your pick?
I'm taking Grady Sizemore. I thought about Lance Berkman, but then I remember when Berkman played in the Cape Cod League for 2 years. He hit one home run, opposite field foul ball. Now, Grady Sizemore, that little finish of the swing, bam.
You would remember that.
I would.
Peter remembers everything. Grady Sizemore is Peter's pick, and we look forward to seeing how each of the participants do. And let's go back down the field to Chris Berman. Chris?
All right, Ravi, thank you very much. And back here on the field, right near home plate, I am with, well, Hall of Famer. That would be Joe Morgan, and also Steve Phillips, a Hall of Famer in his own right. Joe, the last time the All-Star game was here in New York, you led the game off for the National League with a home run off of Jim Palmer. You guys blasted him in the first inning. You won it, so you have the vibes here for the home run derby at Yankee Stadium. And that was just the, quote, new Yankee Stadium at that time. Who are you picking tonight? What do you think?
Well, I'm second baseman, of course. Chase Utley. And the reason I'm picking him, not so much for the power, but he's a great line drive hitter. The ball jumps off his bat, and line drives here go out easily in right field. Low wall, line drives, Chase Utley.
So the fraternity stays together? You're going with?
Yeah, but Chase Utley, I mean, he's the guy.
Not Rogers Hornsby?
If he was here, you know.
Steve, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Josh Hamilton. I mean, it's been an unbelievable story to get him to this point, to this All-Star game, in this home run derby, and it's been a miracle story for him, and I think the miracle continues. I want to take the guy who says he's going to hit it out of the stadium, not just over the wall. Hamilton has that prodigious power, and I expect we're going to hear it today.
You know, about 2 hours ago, I thought I was going to be alone on this guy, but I'm with you. I'm Chase Utley. I think he, Lance Berkman, who we enjoy seeing in this event and put on a great show in Houston, and Chipper Jones, the three sweetest wings in baseball right now.
No doubt.
Utley is here. I'm going with Chase Utley. He's eyeing that 314 down the line. Well, speaking of lefties that could hit home runs in this park, to present the ceremonial first pitch, guess who's going to throw it? Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. And you might remember in Game 6 of the '77 series, Bert Hooton, Elias Sosa, and then no way you can drill a knuckleball. Yeah, maybe you can. Charlie Huff. It was long gone. The three homers and the Yankees had their first world championship in 15 years since 1962. And Mr. October, one of the many plaques and monuments here at historic Yankee Stadium. To present Reggie with the ceremonial first ball is Brian Downs, a State Farm agent from here in New York City. And guys, you talk about a guy that thrived here, Joe, that would be Reggie.
That would be Reggie. I mean, he came here, what's he say? He was the straw that stirred the drink.
Yep.
He said if I played New York, they'd name a candy bar after me. All those things happened.
And they
Reggie
fired
Jackson
him.
was truly a big-time performer.
They fired him down from the upper deck, right?
Yeah.
Right, the Reggie bars. And, of course, with 563 home runs, he's 11th on the all-time list. Now, to catch, speaking of a pretty good, here's Reggie. And he'll get the standing O at the home run derby, as he should. And there's a pretty good Yankee fan. There's Giuliani. And the catcher tonight. Now, I know Posada doesn't catch every game anymore for the Yankees, but he shouldn't be worried about this move. Derek Jeter behind the plate. A great Yankee to another great Yankee. And it's a strike.
Reggie was imitating his home run swing, and he walked around the bases. Reggie once told me, he said, I do that because all great artists should admire their work. So that was Reggie.
He wasn't bashful when he hit home runs, but 563 home runs. He certainly did great work. And now it is time to join our compatriot down on the field. And that would be Aaron Andrews. And Aaron joining us again at the Home Run Derby. Good evening, Aaron.
Hi, Boom. Thanks so much. Well, pretty fitting you catching Reggie Jackson right there. With all the festivities planned around the weekend here at Yankee Stadium, what does that mean to you?
Oh, this is great, man. This is above and beyond anything that I expected. I knew it was going to be special, but, I mean, the fans really make for a great atmosphere, and you see a lot of fans out here tonight.
It's kind of a changing of the guard this year. 25 rookies to the game. Derek, you may want to hear this, but a lot of them say they look up to you. I mean, how does it make you feel now?
Older, with an ER, not old, older. So it always makes you feel good anytime people appreciate how you play. And, you know, it means a lot because it seems like not too long ago I was one of the young guys.
Well, it's going to be pretty strange for you. It's almost like leaving home, changing Yankee Stadium, leaving Yankee Stadium. What is that like for you?
It's going to be fun. I mean, it really hasn't set in yet. I think now this is a celebration of Yankee Stadium, and rightfully so. And I think everyone's looking forward to going to the new stadium. But right now, we're going to enjoy this one.
All right, thanks so much. Hey, who are you picking to win the Derby?
Oh, man, I think I'm going to go with Josh Hamilton.
Wow, he's the favorite.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeter. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much. And so Derek Jeter and these Yankees having to share the locker room with some Red Sox. Very interesting with Terry Francona in the manager's office, isn't it? Jeter walked in. Whoa, what's this? Well, coming up here, our 2008 State Farm Home Run Derby with Dan Ugla. From the Marlins and Grady Sizemore, the American League home run leader from the Cleveland Indians. We're underway at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.
Ground ball right side, base hit. Tying run is in. 2 down, bottom of the ninth. Drive it in the air, deep left field. Cubs win, a game-winning 2-run homer. Cubs win again.
You know that place where the love of the game is the real souvenir? I'm there.
State Farm, proud sponsor of Major League moments everywhere.
This New Year's Day, the future of America's pastime arrives. This January 1st, it's opening day for Major League Baseball's one and only network. And for the fan who wants and needs their game every day of the year, well, your prayers have been answered. The Major League Baseball Network, New Year's Day, and every day thereafter.
Bluetooth hands-free link, MP3 connectivity, ELS surround sound. All the luxuries of the modern world to go. The Acura TL. Acura. Advance.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2008 Acura TL for well-qualified customers.
The Dodge $299 Gas Guarantee Plus ends soon.
Right now, when you buy or lease most Dodge vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas or diesel in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year.
Plus, get $3,000 bonus cash allowance on Ram 1500.
And I get a lifetime powertrain warranty.
Get the Gas Guarantee, plus up to $3,000 bonus cash allowance on select models, plus the best warranty in the business. Hurry, because an offer like this is too good to last.
The State Farm Home Run Derby is brought to you by State Farm,
proud sponsor of the 2008 Home Run Derby. Call, click, or visit and start saving today. And in part by Aquafina, the official water of Major League Baseball. And Chevy, an American revolution.
A beautiful evening here in New York, and aerial coverage provided to you all evening by Goodyear. Get there on Goodyear tires with carbon fiber. We go with carbon fiber over to Erin Andrews again. Erin?
Boom, a very special event tonight. 8 children joining us tonight from a local Boys and Girls Club. They're going to each be paired up with a Derby contestant. Now, the one that's with the Derby winner at the end of the night, they will earn her or his local Boys and Girls Club a $50,000 cash prize towards a teen center. The other 7, they're not going home empty-handed. They will earn club $10,000 prize. Not bad.
It's not better than not bad. It's a great deal. And they got new favorite players, I'll tell you that. And now a look at tonight's batting order for tonight's Home Run Derby presented by Taco Bell. Who can hit the most burrito supremes? We're going to go Dan Ugla and Grady Sizemore, and Evan Longoria, then Chase Utley, then Lance Berkman, Justin Morneau, Ryan Braun, and Josh Hamilton will hit double cleanup, if you will. He'll hit last, and we'll know the magic number. And we're underway with 23 home runs for the Florida Marlins, the surprising Florida Marlins. That would be Dan Ugla. And the man throwing is another second baseman or middle infielder by trade. Longtime Oakland A. Coach with Clint Hurdle's Colorado Rockies. That would be Mike Lego Gallego.
Well, as we all know, the pitcher is just as important as the hitter.
Well, they're about the same height,
yeah, but if they can't get the rhythm or the speed down properly, it's like a fastball one time and change up the next.
Well, they're about Gallego and not the same height.
I don't think either one of them are challenged physically.
I'll tell you if it helps. Once we see if this one goes out, it helps.
There you go. He's the leader in the clubhouse. Anything swung at and not a home run is an out. A long way to go in center field, but not as far as it once was, but that does it. Wow. Okay, Joe.
Well,
you want a new favorite? You make a change in your pick?
I have to tell you, that one surprised me.
Oh! What are you saying?
That one's a 408 straight away. It looked like he got under it.
Ball's carrying a little bit.
Are you telling me this is tour trajectory, Joe?
I'm also telling you he's very strong.
So how about that? You're a youngster. It's Yankee Stadium. I mean, it's Yankee Stadium, and you step up and you hit your first 2 pitches out. How about that, Steve?
This is amazing. It's like a basketball player shooting a technical foul where you're out there by yourself. And another one goes out to right field. That looked like a pop-up coming off the bat. Strong kid.
It's under that one. Ugla, 28 years of age. Was once upon a time in the Arizona system. And the Rule 5 draft at the end of the 05 season. Went over to Florida, and then hello.
Chris, you think about that. The Florida Marlins got him for $50,000 in the Rule 5 draft to get this kind of power.
That's a big
some
spot.
power, back, and that'll get him roaring.
Upper deck, big fly.
His brother and his son watching.
There you go.
He's got some pretty good home video right there. This one is down the line. See ya. Well, balls are landing all over our fellas out there in left field. Look out, guys.
Yeah, Boomer, I didn't think we were going to get action, but that previous shot from Ugla went to the second deck. If that's 15 feet out here, Riley, you can catch a ball.
I should have brought my fishing net.
Peter, Steve Phillips talked about getting Dan Ugla for $50,000. Shed a little light on what Ugla's doing, aside from setting a trend that righties can hit home runs here, and the ball appears to be jumping tonight.
Well, I mean,
He and Hanley Ramirez have more than 40 home runs playing in Florida, which is a really tough home run park. So, I mean, the power that they have in the middle of the infield speaks for itself. But, I mean, Uggla's developed into a tremendous power hitter. I think, you know, what happened in Arizona was that they switched administrations. Josh Burns and Peter Woodfork took over. They had to rely on the people that were there before. Basic decision in the organization was this guy was not a great prospect. Well, the Marlins, as usual, right.
A catch is made by one of the little boys and girls as Dan Uggla takes a break. Rucky, this is one of those theories. Step away, take a break, don't swing too hard, don't swing too often.
Get the sun on TV, too.
Get the sun on TV.
Which is great, but, you know, Dan Uggla could have a little bit of advantage coming in. He rolled his ankle a few weeks ago. He set out, he played the last couple games before the All-Star break. He might be the freshest one here.
He asked how many outs. He's got 7 now, Boomer, with the 4 home runs.
Well, but you're right. He's patient. He's showing some savvy here.
He's only 5'11", 200 pounds, but it shows you that power doesn't come just from the biggest guy or the strongest guy. It's about the rotation of the hips at the plate and getting the bat through the zone.
Well, he's got 8 outs now, and after the 9th out, those white balls that Gallego is throwing will change to gold balls. So you only have 1 out left, and every gold ball is worth. Is this one going to get out of here? It's high, back, and gone. About 12 rows back. Every gold ball is going to be worth $17,000 donated from both State Farm and Major League Baseball combined. And the donation goes to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the official charity Major League Baseball, but Uggla will have none of that yet. He's doing pretty well with the white baseballs. Now here comes the gold.
Well, one of the things to remember, he's hitting in the twilight. It'll get better as the evening progresses for the hitter at the plate to be able to see. So what he's doing is great, considering he's at a handicap to start with.
Joe, strategy-wise, would you want to be the last guy to go as opposed to the third?
Today I would.
Back. This will be long gone. Look out, fellas.
Today I would like to be the last guy because of the lighting situation, but normally I'd like to be second. Not first, but second. But you're asking the wrong guy. I'm not in a home run hitting contest anyway.
This one won't have the legs, we don't think. Oh, it'll be left. But a good start for Dan Uggla, who measured 6 home runs. And Jackson and his teammate Hanley Ramirez. That's a good number to start out with. Especially to get 2 right out of the ski dock.
Well, the first one is always the most difficult, as we've seen over the years, because then you start pressing if you don't get one in the first 3 or 4 swings.
He got out of rhythm a little bit as he went, swinging at some high pitches rather than letting it get down into the middle of the zone a little bit. He laid off the low one, but kind of went after some of the high ones.
Well, you can see there the real power is supplied by his legs. I mean, he's got a very strong foundation there. And bat speed and power comes from the use of your legs.
So 6 homers, longest 432nd. Robbie, that's almost your territory.
I felt like I was right on it.
Great memory there for Uggla and his son. Speaking of memories in Yankee Stadium, let's go back to the house that Ruth built, April 18th, 1923. We got about 56,000 in the building now, over 74,000 at Yankee Stadium as it opens. The Yankees take on the Red Sox, and a Babe Ruth home run in the 3rd helps open the stadium with a win. And of course, you look down on Yankee Stadium, and there'll be a lot more home runs hit here this season, and then it's next door to the new $1.3 billion Yankee Stadium. So we have seen a right-hander, Dan Uggla, and now it's time for a lefty, Grady Sizemore. This was Peter's pick, 23 home runs, 101 in his career. Peter, why do you think Sizemore will have success here? What kind of personality does he have to succeed here?
He loves the show. I mean, he's a very He's very modest, but he loves the limelight. And when he gets that, as I said, a little flick, he's got that wonderful follow-through on his swing. So if he gets into that groove, it'll be great.
All right, Riles, how do you feel? I mean, you've seen Uggla hit balls close to where you're sitting, and now you're watching Grady Sizemore try to hit one out of the yard and right, and his first swing results in a home run just like Uggla's did. How's it feel to be here?
Oh, my God. You know, it's like a meal where you only get dessert. You know, I mean, it's the chocolate double chunk fudge cake. There's no vegetables. There's no salad. This is what, to me, this is what baseball should be. This is what I played all the time.
Sizemore's second is a huge shot. Upper deck.
That's George Brett territory right there.
Well, Uggla made a statement with 6, and Sizemore's taken 2 swings and hit 2 out. So that's the pattern. 2 home runs, then a couple of outs. Where does Sizemore, where does a guy like Uggla get their power from, Crucky?
Well, of course, from their legs. I mean, you watch these guys swing and how much power they generate from the lower half of their body. And you know, that you see them both, though. Neither one of them are really over-swinging until they got to the end. When Uggla got to the end and started forcing the bat through the zone and consequently popped a few up.
2 outs, you don't step out, huh? You just keep hacking away. And look at this one fly.
Wow. Holy cow, who needs steroids? This is fantastic.
David Ortiz, we'll hear from shortly. He is down in the field and selected as the DH, but unable to play. That was 459 feet, and that one rolls over. We seeing a new generation of power hitter, Peter?
Oh, I think we are. I mean, I think that it's a very different game today, but I think we're starting to see, when you look at that Milwaukee team, and they're working with Fielder and with Braun and with Corey Hart, and I mean,
Ricky Weeks, they all hit him.
A guy named Laporta, too.
And Matt Laporta, exactly. Let's go back down the field now. Aaron Andrews. Aaron?
All right, Carl, I'm here with David Ortiz on the opposite side of the field, here with the NL. What's up with that?
Well, all my boys, they were calling me, so I got to represent.
And he brought the chair literally all the way over to the other side. No one seems to care from the AL.
I know. They got a shirt for me, you know. Hey, come on. You see it right here, country, where you can watch everything, so I just show up.
Hey, we saw you during BP actually participating. How's the wrist feeling?
It's feeling good, though. It's getting better. And I've been swinging for more than a week, and everything's coming out good.
You know you're going to Pawtucket on Thursday. How many games do you anticipate before you're back with the club?
I'll probably play around 7 or 8 games.
Grady Sizemore hitting him up in your territory. Do a little analyzing for us, will you?
Oh, my goodness. Very impressive.
Hey, I want to know, how's the Yankees clubhouse, by the way?
Very nice. It's kind of cool, though. Yeah, it's it looked kind of brand new, by the way. Yeah, it kind of surprised me.
It's not, but we're going to send it over to Boone now. Thanks, Pop.
All right, Big Poppy, Aaron, hurry back soon. Wow, Grady said, by the way, those Red Sox in the clubhouse, I got to think like Maxwell Smart, with a couple of microphones are going to be put in over there. You know, why not?
Well, Terry Francona's got to be going through Joe Girardi's drawers, right? You have to.
No, he said he would not use the desk. He said he sat in the seat. He said, I can't use the desk.
You have to just peek, don't you?
I think he looked, but he said he would not use the desk. But the chair was nice.
But Joe Girardi said he was locking everything up.
Of course. Well, meanwhile, Grady Sizemore has 5 homers with just 3 outs to go. He is peppering that upper deck. By the way, Big Poppy here at Aaron's sake took some batting practice and hit some in the upper deck. That will get toward the blimp, but not quite there. Sizemore, we talked about, Crucky said, his legs and where he gets his power from. How about this? In high school in the Seattle area, 3,000 yards rushing as a high school football player. He made the right choice, however.
The one thing you see with all of them, as Steve was talking about, is they get tired toward the end, and you see them forcing the bat through the zone, whereas before it just kind of flies through the zone. So he hit that one well, but he forced it. You could see him really fight it to get through.
Yeah, but he fought that one through everything. It's quite a fight.
Where'd it go?
It stayed in.
It went way down.
I held my breath for a second. It looked like it was approaching that opening out there.
It is. It did go in the opening. That's where the old stadium, the bullpens were in there a long time ago.
I mean, the remarkable thing, we're talking about a leadoff hitter right here. You know, 23 home runs in the leadoff spot for the Cleveland Indians.
To lead the league.
Remarkable and a dramatic pull hitter. We see him kind of almost yanking the ball, hooking a little bit, trying to keep it into right field. But it was 23 home runs in the regular season. 21 hit been to right field, so he is a pull hitter for a leadoff guy.
Well, the one thing you see in the game today is their leadoff hitters are no longer the walk guys. Alfonso Soriano, those type of guys hit the ball out of the ballpark, and they get you some runs very quickly. They don't have to walk, steal a base, and get driven in.
Will this one stay fair? Oh, just foul. And so Grady Sizemore, along with Dan Ugla, are the co-leaders in the clubhouse with 6 home runs apiece. And some of his, look at that one, 459. He hit some Titanic blasts. This was the first stadium with 3 decks. Once upon a time when they finished off at both the right and the left field, so you could hit upper deckers. And Sizemore did it several times. This went 453, Joe. Yikes.
Well, you see his hips rotate through there, and that's where the power comes from, up through his legs into the rotation, and that's an absolute bomb. Great lift in the swing, and that ball can carry.
Well, he says his favorite group, we heard from 3 Doors Down before we started. Wow, when you get it from him, his favorite group was the Doors. So a couple of those blasts were of the Light My Fire variety. Evan Longoria and Chase Utley coming up when we return to the 2008 State Farm Home Run Derby after this.
A lot of choices, huh?
Tell me about it.
Because you want a beer that's not too heavy.
Yeah?
But you don't want to compromise on taste, so...
No, I don't.
Just want that perfect balance.
Budweiser. Oh, thanks, man. You know, they ought to pay you.
Just here to help.
So fine that I really want to make you mine.
Lunch where Clapton became Slowhand. 0 pounds. Cover charge where John Bon Jovi played his first show. $0. 5 minutes on Kenny Chesney's original tour bus. $0. Getting back to where it all began. Priceless. Use your MasterCard and you can meet a rock legend where he got his start. Go to priceless.com.
Escape the everyday with Taco Bell's new Frutista Freeze, a refreshing blend of strawberry and mango flavors that's topped with real strawberries. To refresh your day, think outside the bun.
What? Hey, watch the computers! Come on, guys. The island's big enough for all of us. That's it. Truce!
Need new technology with extreme mobility? Get the HP Mini Notebook PC, featuring a scratch-resistant display and all aluminum case. For the latest in HP notebooks, visit cdw.com.
It's my lifeline. It's my A-list. It's my favorite movie. It's my update. It's my ticket in. It's my way home. Turn left. It's my instinct. It's my world. Visitors are welcome.
The new Instinct. It's from Samsung. It's for you.
From original creator Chris Carter, on July 25th, the phenomenon will be reborn.
Scully, I need you on this with me.
I'm done chasing monsters in the dark.
In the motion picture event that will make you believe again.
Tell me what you see. There.
I believe this man.
You want to believe him.
It's here! Here!
The X-Files, I Want to Believe. Rated PG-13, July 25th. Only in theaters.
Now more than ever, you want to get the most for your money. Look no further than the rugged V6 2008 Kia Sportage. Fuel efficient, 5-star safety rated, backed by an industry-leading warranty, and it's priced about $6,000 less than a Toyota RAV4 Limited. Or to put it another way, a whole year's worth of groceries less. The Kia Model Year End event, It's money well saved. Now get 0% APR or up to $3,000 cash back on the 2008 Sportage.
I'm John Butchergus with SportsCenter right now. No more text messaging for Brett Favre. He spoke on camera. He spoke to Fox News Channel's On the Record with Greta Van Susteren and said he doesn't feel welcome in Green Bay. You'll see and hear from Brett Favre tonight on SportsCenter. And Cliff Lee. Ben Sheets will start tomorrow's All-Star game in Yankee Stadium. Full details of Favre, the All-Star game, and everything else that happened in sports tonight on SportsCenter.
Let's take a look at the tools of a champion, brought to you by Samsung Instinct. The National League leader is Ryan Howard, 28 home runs, who won this event in 2006. The Philly first baseman has tremendous strength and power to all fields. The American League home run leader with 23, Grady Sizemore, with the quick hands and a compact swing that provides his power. Now at the plate, Evan Longoria, the Tampa Bay Rays, his first All-Star game appearance, named to the team after winning the final vote fan ballot with a record 9 million votes. And unlike Sizemore and Uggla, his first swings don't result in home runs. That one to right center. And it does leave a little opposite field power from Evan Longoria. As you watch him, Peter, he's got one of these smoother, sort of unassuming strokes. Where did Evan Longoria come from?
Well, I mean, like Bobby Crosby, like Troy Tulowitzki, Long Beach State shortstop. That's a pretty good place to play shortstop. And he's just so natural. I mean, I remember watching when he was an amateur. He just walks on the field. He exudes such confidence. I also think it's interesting that Brad Mills, the Red Sox coach, is starting in BP. We may see his son, Bo Mills, in this home run hitting contest in about 5 years. Great prospect for the Indians.
You almost want to say, okay, take a deep breath, Evan. Relax up there. You're at Yankee Stadium, Rick. Just kind of chill out, relax. I know it's fun to hit him here, but let's just slow down.
Well, it's overwhelming. I mean, you know, in this country, we tear down our Roman Colosseums, you know. I'd love to see this place stay. This is bigger than sports here. We had 3 popes say mass. I mean, Joe Louis beat Hitler's Max Schmeling here. Johnny Unitas played the greatest NFL football. The first ever NFL sudden death overtime game was played here. This is an American icon, and I hate to see it torn down. Like, so I could see why you might get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Now he's swinging. He's got 1 home run and 5 outs. And Crucky, of course, had the same thing just about coming to this building. You remember your first time here.
Oh, absolutely. First at bat, you step in the batter's box. It's scary. I mean, literally scary. Can't imagine what Evan Longoria, such a young player, is going through right now. Having to face, you know, no batting cage around him, just him on the field, and all these people watching him.
And no helmet. And nobody's wearing a helmet. I mean, it's a very different experience than what they're used to.
Yeah. No batting cage. Let's go down to Boomer. Boomer struggling. Take a breath. Relax.
Wow, he's young. He's 22. I mean, he wasn't even on the opening day roster, guys, as you know. And
they're booing him.
It's a Bronx cheer. What do you expect? You talk about the building.
The Rays ahead of the Yankees in the standings. Right. Yankee fans know that.
You know what? All of a sudden, they're booing the Rays in New York. They used to be like, it was like the Christians and the Lions. And this one is down the line. Fair ball. Home run. You know what they rave about him at Tampa Bay? You guys know it. His fielding. Right?
Outstanding with the glove. Don Zimmer, longtime baseball man, says he takes a back seat to nobody. He can make every play a third baseman needs to make.
This one is way back.
And he seems to have been able to relax after he made 7 outs.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are upper deck shots.
Well, they heard you guys, Ravi, down here. They get cable down on the field, apparently. How about those Rays, huh? From, like, horrible and a punchline every year to
well,
first
they
place
needed
to
the
the
All-Star
last.
break.
Yes.
This came at a perfect time for him. Maybe 3 days ago would have been even better. But I think it gives them a chance to regroup because they are a good ball club.
Do they stay in it for 6 months, fellas?
I think so. I think so too.
I do too. I think they have great depth and balance in every aspect of the game.
And remember, young guys have a tendency to get hot, get cold. I mean, that's what you live with young players. I expect them to get hot again and play well.
Here's the gold ball now. So Longoria with 3 home runs. Dan Uggla and Grady Sizemore with 6 to start it out. If you're just tuning in, young Evan Longoria, 22 years of age. Rookie from the Rays. Trying to stay in it. Will this one have enough height? Not quite. So Longoria will end with the number on his back. 3 home runs.
I was yanking too much.
But he should know, our good friend, who ended up being with us several times here, Joe, we tell the story all the time.
I don't want to get on him.
No, we're not getting on him. He's our buddy. Mike Piazza could be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He had ground balls through the infield for 2 home run derbies. He goes, can we join you? So Longoria shouldn't get upset.
Well, he's going to get more chances to be able to do this. I don't think there's any question about it. He makes it look easy when it's game time.
Now I can chill.
Now the 2008 Taco Bell Legends and Celebrity Softball game is coming up. That was Whoopi Goldberg and Billy Crystal turning a double play. I mean, are you kidding? We had Spike Lee, Chris Rock, swung and missed, Mike and Mike. Oh, by the way, George Brett, Goose Gossage going in the Hall this year. Ozzie Smith, Dave Winfield, cast of many. Gary Thorne and Rick Sutcliffe will have the call. That's coming up when we're done here. But right now is the guy that Joe picked. That I picked, and who picked him up there in the set? Crucky, was that you? Chase Utley?
Crucky did.
Is that Crucky?
Yeah, Crucky picked Utley.
Well, lefty from Philly. Crucky, that would figure. Second base, that would figure. But I'm just on it clean, okay?
Crucky was as high on the Philadelphia Philly tradition as he was on Utley here.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, you know, they have a feeling about this coming in this, they can win it. And this guy has the tools to do it.
And you like the pitching.
Well, the pitcher is different. You know how, fellas, Ramon Henderson was the Magic Phillies pitcher when Bobby Abreu won it, when Ryan Howard won it, but this is Mick Billmeyer, their catching instructor. So, but he still brings his own pitcher, Crucky. Just a different one.
Well, yeah, and I worked with Mick in the Phillies minor league system a few years ago, and when he came to town as the roving catching instructor, everyone wanted to hit off of Mick because of the consistent speed, no movement in it, 4-seam, over the top, and throw it right where you want it. So he's very good.
That's exactly how my high school pitching career was, Crucky. Everybody wanted to hit against me, but that was the other team.
Usually in Yankee Stadium, though, you never see anybody hitting off the Mick. It's the Mick doing the hitting.
Correct.
Remember when Matt Holliday brought his brother?
Yep.
That was good. David Wright brought Paul LaDuca, remember? You never know who's going to work for you.
Well, Utley hits those line drives, and he said before, I talked to him beforehand, guys, that I said, how's that 314 look? He goes, if I focus on 314, it's going to be foul.
Well, I think one of his problems, it looks like he's trying to keep him over swinging, and he's not as aggressive as we normally see him in a game. He usually had a little more bat speed right at the moment of impact, but I think he was probably trying to keep from over swinging, which is a problem as well.
Now he's got that compact swing, huh?
I think for all of the guys in this competition, he has the shortest stroke. He takes the bat head to the ball and the most direct plane of any hitter in this competition.
Well, and there's what he was talking about. He said, if I try to hit it right down the line, it's going to go foul. Meanwhile, Aaron Andrews with David Wright, who certainly New York fans know.
Thank you, Boom, so much. All of a sudden, the New York Mets have won 9 straight, half game behind Philly. David Wright, what the heck happened?
We have confidence. We were able to take advantage of some momentum, winning 3 out of 4 in Philly, and we feel good about ourselves, and it's showing in the win-loss column.
You know, some teams look forward to the All-Star break. They want some time off, but you guys are on such a roll. I mean, what do you think about that break?
I wish we had a few more games before the break, get a couple more wins. Try to keep this streak alive, but we have to remember what this feels like and carry it over to the second half.
This has been such a celebration here for Yankee Stadium, but you being part of the New York Mets, I mean, what has it been like for you in the city here?
Well, I think it's a celebration for New York. You know, this stadium has a lot of history in it. I enjoy coming over here playing. The Subway Series is special in itself. This has been a special week so far, and I'm looking forward to this show in front of the best fans in the world.
All right, David, thanks so much. Boom, back over to you.
Aaron, David, thank you very much. So Chase Utley's got to get going here with 6 outs, Joe. He's only got 2 home runs. You said he wasn't aggressive enough.
Well, you can see the ball is jamming him every once in a while. He's just not quite getting to the ball. And when you see him hit during the regular season, the barrel of the bat jumps out front.
It's rough when the home run hitters are out-cheered by the kids making the grab off the balls that don't go in the stand.
Not what you're shooting for, no.
The ball, he hits such line drives that just don't, they're not staying up there.
I mean, it's a good stroke and he hit it. I mean, that's what you want in a game situation. Nice line drive there, but not quite get to it.
Now those Phillies have had a lot of late rallies, as certainly New York Mets fans know, not only of a September variety, but late in games. It would be late in the game for Utley, and maybe he's just dialing in. There's a home run number 3. Now a little patience here. Yep, that'll be right here, fellas.
Joe, you got it?
No.
We're counting on you, Joe.
Utley, 29 years of age, 3 straight times now starting second baseman for the National League. Had a 35-game hitting streak 2 years ago. His first game ever in the bigs hit a grand slam.
His 25 home runs at the All-Star break, the most ever by a second baseman.
This is a long way to go. Sends it back, and it made it. The record for second baseman, and Joe, you would know this, Davey Johnson, when he played briefly with the Atlanta Braves, had 43. Then there's a bunch of times Rogers Hornsby's on the list.
Yeah.
42 and...
I remember Davey Johnson that year, he was there with Hank and the boy. They were all hitting a lot of home runs that year. There you go.
There it is. Back. Up and deck out.
Davey Johnson managed the All-Star Futures game. He's the USA coach going to the Olympics.
It's a big home run here because, remember, we have Ugla and Sizemore with 6. And then if he can get 6, it would be at least a bat off, I would think. And he gets under it. Does it have enough legs to right field? Missed it by that much.
5 is a pretty good number, though.
That's a good number, but just you're behind 2 guys, and we're only halfway through the lineup.
Yeah, let's stay at 1. We stay at 1.
So Utley with 5. Here's some of them.
But again, his balls are more of the line drive type. He had one upper deck shot that he got underneath, but he's more of a line drive hitter, and his line drives carry a long way.
Well, you're right, Joe. You watch his swings. He wasn't swinging with the kind of force you see in a game situation. He was kind of pulling back a little bit.
Well, Utley hopes to have another chance, and we come back and to put on a heck of a show in his home park of Houston a few years ago. That would be one of the best hitters in the game, Lance Berkman. Stay with us, please.
We go through slumps, like everyone else. And when things start going bad like that, sometimes the best thing to do, watch the tape.
Now look right here, your shoulder, you're dipping it. Really? What concerns me is this motion here.
Yeah, the posture's good, isn't it? Is that bad?
It's not good. I don't even know where to begin with this one.
Yeah, that was a poor effort.
Eventually, the great ones always figure it out.
Things obviously are neck and neck in potential to lead changes by the day. I'm embarrassed.
Code blue? Code blue! Code blue!
Divide by the total sales, you'll see how we came up with the 10%.
Code blue?
Code blue.
The cold activated bottle from Coors Light. The mountains on the label turn blue when your beer is as cold as the Rockies.
Oh, what?
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Domino's! Hi. Here's your Gotham City pizza. And, could you tell the Joker he owes me a car?
Introducing the Gotham City Pizza with 50% more pepperoni for $9.99. Domino's, you got 30 minutes.
When their parents got married, Dale and Brennan were forced to live under one roof.
I hate your guts. This house smells like Bengay and barbecue sauce.
Now,
you have 1 month to find jobs. What?
They're facing new challenges.
There isn't another position available.
Real quick, shut your mouth. Is there another human resources lady we could talk to?
Yes.
Maybe we'll hit it off with her.
And taking on the world.
You treat me with some respect.
Shut up, fool!
Step Brothers.
Maybe you don't go down that way.
We're gonna take the long way home.
Rated R. In theaters July 25th.
This place is great.
Oh, see what I see? Oh. Yeah, we're gonna send her a plate of bacon.
Bacon?
Mm.
Oh, it's a little too aggressive. Let's send her a cheese omelet.
No, an English muffin. It's more proper.
What about a hot cinnamon roll?
Cinnamon roll? Well, that's something you send your sister. I'm gonna send her some bacon. Really?
Compliments of those guys. Oh, yogurt.
Check out the new hot bar in town, the Holiday Inn Express Hot Breakfast Bar.
See, you guys don't know anything about women.
Here we are, match point, Yang and Lau, two giants of the game facing two giants, David Ortiz and Brian Urlacher, who always liked the game, were having a couple of vitamin water power C's, and Ortiz said, let's try it, baby. Yang serves, Urlacher returns, Yang volleys, Ortiz hits a powerful smash, and that will do it. The new men's doubles world champions. Oh my, the shuttlecock is lodged in Lau's leg in an eerie repeat of the quarterfinals against Olofsson and Jensen. Vitamin water, try it.
Famous home runs in the house that Ruth built in the 85.5 years. Yeah, this one was infamous. 9th inning, 2-run homer, George Brett, July 24, 83 off the goose. Wait a minute, too much pine tar. Billy Martin objected, and here comes George. Tim McClellan, the ump, Brinkman. George was nuts. You can understand why. The home plate umpire called him out. Brett ejected. The Yankees win the game. The Royals with a protest. Umpire's decision overturned, and then they had to finish the game, and another time the Royals won, but the images were done. Now, you look at Yankee Stadium. They say that no ball has ever been hit. No fair ball has ever been hit at a Yankee Stadium. But then there is the legend of Josh Gibson, who was, well, many called him the Black Babe Ruth. The Homestead Grays, based in Pittsburgh. Josh Gibson, alleged to have hit over 800 lifetime home runs. Well, a long time ago, I was told the story, Joe, that Gibson, in an exhibition game here against the Newark Eagles, hit one before the signs were up over those right center field bleachers onto the subway platform. There's another story that a hit went out against the wall back in the old center field. No one really knows, even though there were thousands and thousands of people here at those Negro League exhibitions in the 30s that Josh Gibson hit. But the Yankees will tell you no major leaguer has ever hit a home run at a Yankee Stadium. Well, unknown with Josh Gibson, but if anybody could have, he was the man, Joe. As Lance Berkman is up. Josh Gibson, legendary.
Well, I've heard that he hit it out.
Yes,
I mean, some of the old-time Negro League players, Satchel Paige and those guys, they said he hit it out.
Now they certainly had jackrabbit baseballs, certainly those exhibitions. So what? Yeah. But I was told a long time ago as a teenager that it happened subway platform. That would be opposite way. Meanwhile, there's Lance Berkman, and it's an upper decker. Now, Berkman's decided to hit lefty guys, not righty. He's a switch hitter, and he told me beforehand he didn't know during batting practice he was going to make a game-time decision. He's a better pull hitter righty, which helps him at his home park. However, in this park, he looked at left field and must have decided just going up, I'm going lefty. You agree?
Well, I agree because I think he feels more comfortable hitting the ball, hitting home runs from the left side because he hits more that way during the season. you know, he faces more right-handed pitching, so he's more comfortable from the left side.
The lefty's certainly advantage in this ballpark. Plus for Berkman, he averages 1 home run every 14 at-bats as a left-handed hitter, 1 home run every 34 at-bats as a righty. So to me, it made all the sense in the world to go left-handed.
Plus, you know, he's not here very often. He looked at the porch to straightaway right field. However, ground balls are not going to get it out of there. So Lance Berkman, who, I mean, let's face it, sweet swings in the game right now. Wouldn't you have him in your top 3?
Oh, there's no doubt. It's such a level swing. His bat stays through the zone about as long as any hitter in the major leagues.
He's a little late getting to the ball as well.
That's gone. He's hitting .347, which means not a bad first half, Robbie, fellas.
Hardly a bad first half. Hardly a bad career for Lance Berkman. The product of Rice going to the upper tank here at the stadium, halfway up. And had he continued to make outs, it wouldn't stun anybody had he actually decided during the middle of this to switch. Now he's getting hot, going on one of those streaks you have to go on. Quickly to 4, and the teammate Miguel Tejada watching on that one has popped up. Rick, you wanted to make a comment, I think, about the ball from Gibson that allegedly left the ballpark.
No, I wanted to make a comment about the Pine Tar game, which I covered. The resumption of the Pine Tar game, and I was going to ask you remember who played center field for the Yankees for the 1 inning? Ron Guidry. Because Billy Martin, as a protest, put Guidry at center and Don Mattingly at second base because he was so mad about it.
The Gator was in center field.
I remember exactly what happened. I was in Oakland on the road, and I called up the American League office, and Lee McPhail said to me, well, we have to figure out why that rule is in place. So they gave me the names of the guys on the rules committee in 1957. One of them was, when it was put in, one of them was Calvin Griffith. I called up Calvin in Florida. He said, oh, those guys are putting all the ruin, all the balls costing me like $1 a day.
The cheapest guy ever. I remember Calvin Griffith. Because the Pine Tar was too far up the bat, and he was mad about it.
So Berkman has got 9 outs, and now the gold ball. For the viewer at home wondering why they give $17,000 per gold ball, it's because there are 17,000 State Farm representatives in America and Canada. That's why there's 17,000 figure.
But Ravi, isn't it funny how coming in, he said, I'm going to hit right-handed. I don't want to ruin my swing. I don't want to open my hips up. And you can't resist Yankee Stadium in this moment as he powers another one into deep right field.
Hey, there's nothing like hitting one in the upper deck. So, you know, you have a great chance in right field hitting in the upper deck. Fun to watch as a hitter.
And 6 is the magic number, Boom. There's 7.
There it is.
There's your leader.
Just a postscript to the Pine Tar story. You see who happens to be pitching? A guy on the Royals in those days, Jamie Mennett Quirk. Wow! Good!
Great catch by the kid in center field, too.
Lance Berkman started slow, but heated up in a hurry. And he is now your
Nice job. Nice job.
clubhouse leader, and we know for a fact with 8, he's on to the second round. That's a fact. How about some of those shots, fellas?
Well, he definitely got into a groove late, and that's what happens a lot of times. The first part, you have trouble finding your rhythm, but all of a sudden he found it, and he started going upper deck.
Teammate Miguel Tejada, another former batting champion.
Well, another champ of this home run derby, and then in right field, this is what it looks like down the old tunnel. But then how about this, fellas? Out of the dark and into the black.
Well, 5 of his home runs.
And Neil Young special.
5 of his home runs were 449 feet or more.
And Lance Berkman with the crazy 8. Justin Morneau, the MVP of 2006, coming up, along with the Rookie of the Year last year in the National League, Ryan Braun. We'll be back.
Where can you find me? At the intersection of my new life
and my new lifestyle, driving.
Wheatgrass?
Yeah, that was it.
Change the scenery? A State Farm agent will be there to help you get the right coverage at a great price.
You know that place where there's never a rain delay? I am so there.
Call, click, or visit and start saving today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
What's this? It's wheatgrass. So what do you think of my screenplay?
While filming the biggest war movie ever,
Sorry, can we cut?
America's top action star was taken hostage. He just doesn't know it. Now, the rest of the cast is the only hope he's got.
Those dudes was trained soldiers.
Yeah. And we trained actors.
Yeah!
Hot damn.
Tropic Thunder, rated R, August 13th.
Were there some rewrites?
You really don't even care about this year.
It's like the moments didn't even happen for you, man.
It's not that I don't care. I care so much I can't even talk about it. But I can sing about it. Eli's coming and the Giants are winning. The defense holding because Eli's coming. And Brady's got a good-looking girlfriend. And Belichick's got a fancy sweatshirt.
Eli's coming, Eli's coming.
The ESPYs, hosted by Justin Timberlake, Sunday at 9 Eastern on ESPN, presented by Hummer and Under Armour.
It's the Great American Ford Sales Event going on now at CNC Ford.
We have hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock.
Right now, get a 2008 Ford Focus SE for just $139 a month, an 08 Ford F-150 for only $15,588, or an 08 Ford Edge SE for just $239 a month.
It's a great feeling when you see someone get into their new car. That's why I'm in the car business.
Save big now at CNC Ford in Horsham.
Stop in. You'll notice the difference.
Unless the CNC Ford emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Rollins. These days, I know a little something about value, and so do my friends at the John Kennedy dealerships. In fact, they are the dealership for real value.
Real value means high MPGs, and John Kennedy Chevrolet is your dealer for some of the most fuel-efficient vehicles on the road. Right now, drive the 33-mile-per-gallon Chevy Cobalt or the 34-mile-per-gallon Aveo. Choose from dozens of vehicles, all available for immediate delivery.
John Kennedy Chevrolet in Southampton is my dealership for real value.
Couldn't have asked for a better night for baseball as you look live at the Empire State Building. Aerial coverage provided to you by Goodyear. Get there on Goodyear tires with carbon fiber. Great skyline lit up here on a July night, and you go from one monument to another. The Empire State Building and here at Yankee Stadium, the State Farm Home Run Derby. Lance Berkman, the Houston Astro, just clocked 8. He has moved ahead of Dan Uglin, Grady Sizemore, each who hit 6. Chase Utley and Evan Longoria with 3 to go. So we know that Berkman, by virtue of his 8, will be one of the 4 that will advance to the second round, and you take the cumulative totals to see who will advance to the finals. Only 2 get to the finals, 4 to the semifinals, and once you get to the finals, the slate is wiped clean. Stepping to the plate now, making his second All-Star Game appearance and his second home run derby is Justin Morneau of the Minnesota Twins. He had 4 in the 2007 home run derby at AT&T Park. Berkman decided to hit lefty. That paid off. He went for 8. Sizemore, of course, right there. He went from the left side, and he's got 6. Longoria struggled with the 3, kind of like what the Rays have done heading into the All-Star break. Justin Morneau, patient.
I question the selection. I mean, he was the last guy. They added him yesterday. We have, no disrespect, but we got 8 white guys here. This is like a Kiwanis Club meeting. 5 of the last 8 champions in the Derby have been Hispanic. We don't have a single Hispanic player out here. We have 5 of the top 25 home run hitters active, and none of them are here. No Griffey, no Howard. Miguel Tejada, who won this thing, isn't here. No Abreu, no Pujols, no Manning. So I was very surprised they picked this guy.
Interesting concept. Now, Guerrero had a chance to come back and defend, but due to concern about injury and breakdown, they opted not to have Vlad do it.
But how can you not invite Ryan Howard here? It's an hour-and-a-half train ride. He was a great home run hitter. He's the outright home run leader.
I think historically there's never been somebody who wasn't selected to play in the All-Star game that has been in the Derby other than somebody to come back and defend their title.
Well, there you go.
Well, he didn't win last year.
Former champion.
Former champion.
I still think you've got to have Ryan Howard.
Rick Riley of ESPN.com wants a former champions category.
yes, like the Masters.
Bring them back. Soriano, of course, hurt and not playing, replaced by is starting in the outfield. He's got Carlos Marmol, who is now a member of the All-Star team as a Cub. That ball is shot. Wow. Tell you, they're finding, as you take a look at Rudy Giuliani, they're finding that little area. That's where Hamilton said you can hit one out of the building. That's what he said.
I understand what he said, but, you know, I've said a lot of things I couldn't produce on. And I'll probably say some more, too, before it's all done.
That one went 439 feet. You think there's anything to be said for doing it a second time, for having experience like everything else, or no?
Yeah, I think so. I think the first time, you're so nervous. I don't care where you're playing, you're so nervous. You just want to get in and get out of there and try to do the best you can. These guys now are trying to win it.
Well, that's what Berkman said. He said his first year he was just swinging at every pitch. Now he's learned.
Let's go down to Aaron Andrews. Aaron?
Ravi, thanks so much. I'm joined right now by Josh Hamilton, and of course, everyone knows about your comeback story right now, and you've said in your baseball you dreamt about taking part in this whole weekend here at Yankee Stadium. What would you dream about?
I had a dream before I got reinstated to baseball that I was in Yankee Stadium, I was in a home run derby. I didn't see how well I did, but I was talking to a lady, and the big thing was I got to share with people how God has got me from where I was to where I am now.
Now that you're here, describe what it's been like for you.
It's been a whirlwind. Putting him first in my life, and then coming back so quickly and doing all this, that just goes to show you. If you put him first, everything will happen.
You're joking around with Grady Sizemore right now about your nerves. What's going on? You said you're a little nervous.
I'm a little nervous. How many people are here? 55,000, 60? I got family here, people at home watching. You can't help me nervous. It's human nature. The little butterfly. If you don't have butterflies, something's wrong with you.
And Clay Counsell, pitching to 71 years old. You've known him for 15 years. How did you decide to bring him?
I told him, when I just got out of high school, got drafted, if I ever make it in the home run derby, I want you to throw. Because he's been such help to so many kids. He's never asked anything from them, and some of them never said thank you. And for over 30 years, he's been throwing batting practice to him. So when I found out I was going to be in this, I called him.
Well, good for you. Enjoy every minute of it. Thanks, Josh. Boom.
All right, Aaron, Josh, we look forward to him coming up. That is for sure. How about Justin Morneau, fellas? He's measuring it now.
And they're getting out into Harry, too. 3 career home runs in Yankee Stadium. But, Joe Vavra, the hitting coach for the Twins, is his batting practice pitcher right here. And he's throwing a lot of high balls. Yes. And I think that's the scouting report. If you're looking at what Justin Morneau likes, he likes the high ball because he is getting on top of those and driving them out of the park.
Up until 5 or 6 years ago, if you're going to hit a home run, it was usually on a high ball. But all of a sudden, guys started uppercut a little bit so they could hit the ball that was low out of the ballpark as well. They could lift it. So he's back to the old school. If you throw the ball up there, it stays up there.
If you have any question about where power comes from, you watch Justin Morneau's legs on his swing, and they get into it on every single swing. Every muscle just clenches up.
This is way back, and it's gone. He has tied Lance Berkman with the most thus far. Now remember, these carry over to this second round. Once upon a time, they didn't used to. He's going to the second round along with Berkman, but each one of these gives him more breathing room to get in the finals. Almost. And Justin Morneau with an 8 spot. And so he and Berkman will be moving on. MVP a couple years ago, edging out Derek Jeter in that vote. You might remember in 2006. How about the way the Twins are playing? No one talked about them in that division, but here they are again. to guys like Morneau and Maurer, and you're right, he just hit the high balls out, Joe.
Well, using Reggie Jackson's philosophy, if it's high, all you got to do is lay your bat on it, and it'll stay there.
Play some strong-looking kid. He lets the ball get back deep into the zone and then rotates 451 feet on that home run. See the rotation of the hips hitting against the front leg, that stiff front leg. That's where the power comes from. Rolls over after contact, decelerates on the follow-through, finishing high. That's picture perfect.
Well, we have Ryan Braun coming up next. We're still not done with the first round. We've yet to see Hamilton, but take a look at the longest home runs of the night, brought to you by Vitamin Water Power C. Lance Berkman with the 3 longest, including 476, that one that hit into the hitter's, well, not the triangle here, the hitter's hole there in dead center field. And then Sizemore with the 4th longest. So now we have Ryan Braun, and we have Josh Hamilton still to come. And so 7 gets you into the next round automatically. 6, we're going to have one of those 4- or 5-way playoffs. So we'll see. So how about a Rookie of the Year at third base? Why don't you try another position this year? And by the way, you're an all-star at that position in your second year. Ryan Braun, the outfield. Pretty good, huh?
Well, I think he did that with his bat, not his glove in left field. I mean, not that he's a poor fielder, but you make the all-star team with that lumber in your hand.
Plus, he does have a name for the home run derby, doesn't he? Braun.
Yes, he does.
But he's going to be a little jumpy, and we've seen that out of the gates. A young guy like Longoria was. Braun just 24 years of age. His slugging percentage, I know we can overstat baseball, that's going to be foul, but his slugging percentage last year of .634, that's the highest ever registered by a rookie, breaking the mark of Mark McGwire, who came in with Oakland, of course, in 1987 when he hit all those home runs. His slugging percentage was .618. Braun's was higher last year.
Well, he's some strong kid. I mean, 57 career home runs. Remember, he came up May 25th. Last season, so it was almost 2 months into the season, putting up those kind of numbers. And throwing to him is his agent, Nez Balello, so his agent out there throwing him in home run derby. How about that?
Throwing him a little cheese.
Well, you got him signed, didn't you?
What if he gets a commission if he wins?
Well, he just signed this May to a new 8-year, $45 million contract. So, by the way, you get your cut, but you have to pitch to me. Well, Carl, guys, he's got to find his. He's got to get a comfort zone quickly, fellas.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, this is a marketing opportunity. The agent's got to know that. We need to capitalize here.
Exactly. I mean, you can almost see the agent going, you know, I'm going to need about 35%, or you're not going to see anything close to the plate.
Peter talked about his light tower power. The Brewers, as an organization, have as much home run pop as there is in baseball. That's a good sign. He went about 8 rows up to right center field, did Ryan Braun.
That's a full-service agent. I love that.
Shows up in the big city.
Yes.
See some of the boys and girl clubs represented. Each player is with a Boys and Girls Club member. The person that wins the event, we see 50,000 donated to the Boys and Girls Clubs with that person. Wow, that's upward facade. And 10,000 for all those that don't end up winning. So State Farm Insurance, Major League Baseball, and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America all getting involved in this. Personality of Ryan Braun, you think about what he does in Milwaukee. What did we learn this year when Longoria gets 9 million votes to be voted in? A guy like Ryan Braun, who yanked that one to the upper deck. Ryan Braun ends up with almost 4 million votes, second only to Chase Utley. What are we learning? Anything?
I think there are a couple of factors. I think one, I think the public really wants to turn the page and move forward. I really believe that very strongly. I think secondly, the public is so much better educated. They're on the internet. They take all the statistical breakdowns of players. I think it's a far more knowledgeable group of people than guys just punching holes in the ballpark.
Incredible. 57 home runs in 2 seasons. That's nuts.
Yeah, he gets up and he hits home runs.
Yeah.
Peter likened it to Mark McGwire. I mean, that's a pretty hefty compliment at any stage of McGwire's career.
Exactly. I mean, people forget that Mark McGwire, when he was a rookie, hit 49 home runs. But that's just the kind of power this guy had.
Do you remember how skinny he was?
Yes.
If you put McGwire's picture then, his rookie year, to how he retired, it looks like the number 10.
What do you like about Braun's swing, Croker?
It's short, compact, Carl, but, you know, I like the fact that he can hit the ball at the ballpark at anywhere. You know, you saw his first home run in this home run derby contest. He hit it the other way. He doesn't care. And when you have that kind of power, it makes you so difficult to pitch to.
His first home run derby, and his agent knows he needs to get, well, 7 to assure himself of a spot. Little grunt and groan with that one that got him his 5th. Boom.
Well, he's measuring just as soon as you guys are the magic touch up there. As soon as we talk about guys getting a hold of things like Longoria, I think it's Crucky, actually. He's not saying as much, but I know it's Cruck's
It's got to be him.
Wow. Back it goes to left field. Look out, fellas. It's off the trimmed and ready sign.
Ryan Braun's done is he's locked the ball, get deeper in the zone. Early on, he was trying to hit it, went way out in front of the plate. Now he's letting it get a little bit deeper and then rotating and driving it.
Look at how deep he is in the batter's box.
Well,
kind of a...
What I see from him, he's got that perfect build, tall and lean. I think for a lot of match speed.
Oh, he's in. Now, he was nowhere halfway through, and he's in the next round. Again, the totals from the first round continue on to the second, so with the gold ball in here, can he put a couple more in his pocket? Remember, he was 0 for, what, 6? 0 for 5?
0 for 6 to start
0 for 6. We threw it up to Ravi and company, and everything changed. Let the record show. By the way, will inform his agent. Maybe a kickback to the left field set. Now this is going to be under it a little too much. But Ryan Braun, second-year man from the Brewers, looking at trouble, now looking at the second round. The 5th overall pick, the first round of the 2005 draft, played at Miami, and here he is making a name for himself in Yankee Stadium.
Well, I mean, he really lets the bat fly through the zone, especially on the ball's middle end. I think he started to find the pitcher started throwing the ball middle end, and he was able to whip them down the line. You think about it, all his balls went right down the line. See, that ball's inside right there, and he pulls his hands in and drills the ball down the line. All of his home runs after he got hot were down the line, and that was because they were middle end.
I see all those kids out there watching these power bats hitting against that stiff front leg. That's where the power comes from.
And now we have arguably the nicest story in the bigs this year. Josh Hamilton, he has 95 RBIs. And his 71-year-old batting practice pitcher. Those stories and more coming up.
The Brickyard means history, miles of traditions, and unforgettable legends. It means racing back to the bricks with fans on the left and on the right. It means having something to prove, having a story to tell. It means watching the best of the best of the best. It means greatness. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series comes to ESPN. Coverage begins Sunday, July 27th at 1 p.m. on ESPN.
Get 0% APR for 72 months on these 2008 Chevy Silverados.
You deserve a meal made for men. Introducing Taco Bell's Big Box Meal. A bean burrito, crunchy tacos, cinnamon twist, a large drink, and featuring the new Queso Crunch Wrap. Eat like a man.
Sometimes you need a little push to let go of your Mach 3 razor until you discover Gillette Fusion. It has 5 blades spaced closer together to reduce pressure with less irritation. Switch to Gillette Fusion, Gillette's most comfortable shave.
You see, 5's better than 3. Not in golf. Yeah, but in real sports, whatever.
There are 6 billion of us. We don't always agree, but for a few shining weeks, we set it all aside. We come together. We forget all the things that make us different, and remember all the things that make us the same. Visa, proud sponsor of the Olympic Games, and the only card accepted there.
I'm an astrophysicist, a stargazer. But here's something cosmic I discovered on Earth, Sharp Solar. Their vision of a clean, solar-powered world began with their solar cells in a lighthouse in 1966. Since then, they have provided more solar energy around the globe than anyone else. From wineries to space satellites. From a lighthouse to your house. Change your power, change your planet. Sharp.
And Pinilla's out to argue.
What a great call. You're doing a fantastic job, but people expect me to come out here and be upset, so I'm going to kick some dirt. You understand? Yeah, I understand that. Well, lately I've been feeling happy and content. Yeah, you seem different.
Lou is really giving it to him.
You better kick me out of this game. I've got a reputation to uphold. Fine, you're out of here.
Say hello to the missus.
I will. You do the same. Drinking water makes you feel better and a lot less irritable. So make your body happy. Drink Aquafina.
Now, such a famous place, Yankee Stadium, in its 86th and final season, and then Times Square. Speaking of landmarks here in New York, there's another one. Watching the 2008 State Farm Home Run Derby right in Times Square. And welcome back to our State Farm Home Run Derby here. It opened in 1923. Babe Ruth hit a home run in the first game, and John Philip Sousa conducted the band in the pregame ceremonies when they opened this place up. You think it opened big time? Ruth homering and John Philip Sousa with the music? Where do you go from there? Answer is right here. And now, Josh Hamilton and his pitcher, his batting practice pitcher, 71-year-old Clay Counsell, high school and American Legion coach in North Carolina. And hello, this guy has been the hitting story the first half of the season.
That's awesome, dude.
How about that? 95 RBIs for this young man from the Texas Rangers. His story now well chronicled. #1 overall pick of the Tampa Bay Rays. Blew his $4 million signing bonus with drug addiction, alcohol addiction. I think he just took care of a camera too. Put it on the bill. 3 years was out of baseball from 03 to 05. Woke up every couple hours in dreams that he had to help himself. Then finally got some help. Played some with Cincinnati last year. And wait a minute. Did that go where we think it went?
Like they hit the back wall of where the Adidas sign is out there. That's some kind of strength on this kid.
Well, he has developed some mental strength. And again, it was his own problem. This isn't someone coming back from a cancer, but he was diseased and in big, big trouble. And he has, not just because he has 95 RBIs or hits 500-foot home runs, he's speaking to groups, speaking to kids. He's very much trying to explain where he's been and why no one should go there. And oh, by the way, he has a chance at a Triple Crown.
You know, that's a great story, and all that stuff is great right there. But you know what's amazing to me is that you can lay off 3 years and hit big league pitching. I'm telling you, it's tough when you miss a month into the season. And he missed 3 years to come back and be able to handle big league pitching. That's what, I mean, all the other stories are great. But for me to watch a guy come back physically and mentally adjust to big league pitching, that's a special, special talent. And I don't know if we've seen anybody like that before.
We've never seen anything like this ever. He played he only played up to the Class A level. Right. He never played Double-A, Triple-A baseball. He played 15 games in the short season Class A in a 4-year period. Got taken to the major leagues in the Rule 5 draft by the Reds, and he's doing this. We've never, ever seen anything like what this kid is doing in baseball.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to hit a major league pitching, even when you're playing all the time.
Wow! Well, the one before that, the long one was 502. This is going to be in the same neighborhood.
But just sitting down here, it sounds different coming off his bat than any of the other hitters. And we've got some of the best power hitters in the game. The sound is different.
You know why the sound is different? Because he's hitting it right on the sweet spot every time. That's why his sound is different. The other guys, some were toward the end, some were even up the handle a little bit. Everyone is right on the sweet spot.
Back, and another one, maybe 500 feet. That last one was 504. This is in the neighborhood again. How about Clay Counsell, 71 years of age? You think he and Josh don't have it together here?
I mean, what a great part of this story. I mean, there's every aspect of this is a movie waiting to be made, because if somebody told you this happened, you wouldn't believe it. Absolutely remarkable.
Boom, the record before tonight was 524. We'll see if somebody can pass that. Sammy Sosa in Miller Park in 2002 hit a 524-foot home run.
Well, this one is toward the moon. Well, here's the fellow who he was traded for, Edinson Volquez. I don't even want to know what's in there in the briefcase.
How about that trade? You've got a guy who has a chance to be the MVP in the American League, traded for a guy who's got a chance to be the National League Cy Young Award winner.
That's one of those situations where both teams are completely satisfied with the trade. I know if you're the Reds, you have to be really happy that you got a pitcher like Volquez.
This one is to that spot again in right center field. He's got everybody on his feet. He's moving on, and he can really tack on some more. The one team I'd like to just mention in here, how about if he had had his head straightened out and he was on these Rays? You know, they're kind of left. We drafted first. We hung in. And you feel for him. You do. What more could they have done?
But I will tell you, I think that the class of the Rays organization will tell you they're happy for him. You know what? For everything he went through and all they went through with him, they're happy for him.
And they're booing the home run derby umpire.
Well, we might need instant replay.
We'll take a look. I'm sure we have it. We have it.
It actually looked like it was below the fence when the when it was
Well,
caught
let's
in
see.
the outfield. Yeah, it's definitely below.
Jeffrey Mayer out there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that was not a homer. This one is back to right, and it's gone. Almost took that first deck out. No one is safe.
And he was the first pick of the draft. The year he was selected, the visions were he was a 5-tool guy. He'd hit for power, he'd hit for average, he'd be a great defender, have a great arm. And he took all that time off, and now we're seeing exactly what they thought he could be.
That's on its way to Hunters Point, where they sell the vegetables out here in the Bronx. Oh, I'm going to get a seat in the third deck. Oh, we'll never catch a ball.
Give me some, baby. Hey.
So this is where he is. Hey, you guys are lucky you're not up there in the third deck and right, Ravi.
No, and I tell you one thing, you watch Josh Hamilton, you speak to him during the day-to-day. He is supremely confident in his abilities. I mean, he was born to do this, and he said that it wouldn't surprise him if he or a couple of other guys hit a ball out of the stadium. You can see why he'd think that way.
Absolutely. I believe me, I didn't think it could happen. He's making a believer out of me, though. The ability to hit the ball so far off of batting practice, it's incredible.
A couple amazing things about Josh Hamilton as you hear this amazing story. He sat out those seasons, two full seasons. He didn't even work out. He didn't work out with any kind of trainer. Occasionally, he would go to a batting cage where you put in tokens and take pitches as he rips another one to right field.
We're in silly land now at 12 with no sign of slowing down.
Not only that, if you can look at him, you see his tattoos that he's now ashamed of because many of them were put on when he was high on drugs. And he's tried to take them off, but the process is so painful that he can't. So now he's living with them. But I'll tell you, Ravi, this is a new way to get high. This is an amazing, amazing moment, I think.
That was a TO moment, like a timeout moment where he signed a baseball for one of the boys and girls. Alex Rios hit 12 last year in the first round. Second round, and whether he hits it out, everyone is hit with authority.
Yeah, he's not missing the barrel of the bat. That's what's amazing to me. You know, even in BP, you might get ahead of one, hit it off the end, get jammed a little bit if you're trying to wait. I mean, he's everything on the barrel.
You know, Coach, the last time I heard a ball come off a bat with that sound was Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
That's the last time in 30 years covering I've heard a sound like that. It's incredible.
Well, the other thing that makes me so happy for him, the influence. There are millions of kids in this country who have problems. And let's face it, this is not Nancy Reagan country. This is a country with reality. And the fact is, he has a tremendous influence. He's a kid from Massachusetts. He's the #1 pick of the Marlins named Jeff Allison, who missed almost 3 years pitching. 3 weeks ago, he made the Florida State All-Star game.
That's 14, Peter. Continue your story about Allison.
With Josh Hamilton as his role model. If this guy can come back from what he went through, Allison can do the same thing. He's on his way to the big leagues.
By the way, it's not easy for Josh. Anytime he goes out at night, even if he goes to fast food, whatever, he brings his buddy with him who's always with him because he says, I still don't trust myself.
Talked about being in San Francisco, Aaron Andrews. He went to Morton Steakhouse 2 consecutive nights, and on both nights he sat away from his teammates with his partner and his helper. 15 big flies. Aaron?
Having 3 of his teammates are sitting together right now. I'm here with Michael Young, and describe what you're watching right now. You guys are having a blast here.
This is same old. We've seen this for about a whole first half now, and we know that he's competing against some incredible power hitters, but we said today during the home run derby, if he gets locked in with his BP guy, this thing was over before it started.
What has he meant to your team this year?
He's incredible. I mean, he really is just the kind of person he is, not just the kind of player he is, but the kind of person he is has been incredible. We love him as a teammate. He's been a great force in our clubhouse, and we absolutely love him. We love him.
Milton, should he stop or should he just keep going?
He's putting on a show right now. I mean, he just did it. He just called it. I mean, he's locked in. He's hitting balls on cue. He's putting them wherever he wants to. I mean, the guy's unbelievable.
Now, Ian, was he asking asking for your batting gloves or advice? What did you do up there before he got up?
He doesn't need advice. Look at this guy. He just wanted an extra pair of batting gloves in case he sweated through them or something. I don't know. I think he plans on being up there a while. That's on the turf. Oh, he might go on the black stuff before the night's over.
All right, guys, thanks so much.
Well, he may not have to bat the second round, Boomer.
Well, that's
he may not even have to go up there. He may not. Because, I mean, he's got 16. That's twice what anyone else hit. He may not have to hit his second round.
Meanwhile, here's Clay Counsell, not on a pitch count.
I'll tell you what, he's been amazing, too. He's been absolutely amazing.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
That looks about where Reggie Jackson hit his third home run.
Well, in the house that Ruth built, in the place where Lou Gehrig hit him, in the place where Mickey Mantle hit tape measure shots almost off the light stanchions, off the old facade, in a place where Reggie Jackson thrilled him, and you could go on and on and on, in a place that was built to watch home runs. Josh Hamilton of the Texas Rangers has 50,000 plus New Yorkers chanting his name. Gone again. Speechless, 18 homers. The manager of the National League, Clint Hurdle, just came over and whispered to me, we better get the stadium crew out to repair some of the dents he's putting in.
Well, that one was 518 feet. He's getting closer to Sammy Sosa's record of 524.
Oh, and this could be in that alley. That was almost, if he had a little more fade on it.
That was a line drive, though.
A little more draw, Joe, for a lefty. It could be out the alley.
He's trying to hit it out of the stadium. He wants to get it over the lip out there.
He's got enough to assure himself for the third round, so he might as well go for it. You know, we've seen guys get hot and hit a few home runs, but never with the distance that he is hitting them. I mean, he's just, this is awesome.
Well, you saw the graphic with Abreu, and this is another launcher. This one is in Pelham. It's the only one he didn't hit out. The ball he signed. I mean, this is 20 home runs. Still got 2 to go. Outs, that is. Oh, it's tattooed. Back, 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 gone.
Well, the only thing you have to be careful of is we've seen this before, Steve, where guys hit a lot of home runs, then they get tired, you know, the second or third round.
They're booing David Ortiz for advice. Clint Hurdle just came over again and said his high school coach is going to have another birthday before we get him out. Clint, just do the show with us. Come here. Will this stay fair?
Yes.
Of course it will. Well, he would like this.
Can you imagine watching a young player like this, you know, when he was young in his peak? You can understand why he was, you know, the #1 draft choice in the nation. I mean, you watch the guy and you just see the ball jump off his bat. And that's not something that you learn later on. He had that all the time. And that's why he was the #1 draft choice. I think he finally made an out.
It's a sky ball. What are you kidding,
well,
Joe?
I forgot the short porch there.
Years from now, when they talk about the old Yankee Stadium and we talk about all of the memories and all of the ghosts, one of the memories will be this kid on this field doing what he's doing right now.
And a drag bunt? Nope. He was showing drag bunt.
Well, I kind of want him to get to the goal ball so he can make some money for all those boys clubs, the boys and girls clubs.
Toward the black part of the bleachers. You got it.
The boys and girls clubs said make it out and then hit the goal balls out.
It's amazing. The players all started out sitting on the grass in their seats. Now they're all creeping closer to home plate right now on their feet.
Well, they just announced, as we showed you before, that Abreu's 24 home runs in a round. Josh is tied. The next one, he's alone.
Well, the distances are a little different. I mean, these are true big flies.
Well, he's way past. Well, we had a mile about 10 homers ago. Now what? Let's calculate. How many? Are we coming up on 2 miles yet of home runs? Another one gone.
He got out in front of that one and almost was full, but still strong out of the park.
Well, that one had a lot of top spin on it.
I mean, everybody is kind of cheered out. I don't mean bored. Just what do we do now? And this Clay Council has a story to tell.
Yeah.
Way back. Staten Island bound. Oh, my goodness.
You've seen 48 pitches now during this at bat.
Well, that's right. Give this young man, this 71-year-old who was electrified as Clay Council, who was only at Yankee Stadium once before in his life. It was the day Don Larson pitched the perfect game in 1956. He's pitching a different kind of perfect game.
But Josh Hamilton chose him because he had thrown batting practice to so many kids in his life. Some thanking him, some not, but help kids never asking for anything in return, and what a gift to give back.
By the way, the leader in home runs, I know I'm not trying to equate, but Ryan Howard has 28 to lead the majors at the break. He might have 28 before he sits down.
He actually had been in a slight slump far as home runs were concerned up until, a few days ago. He had not hit a home run for quite a spell.
Joe, can we pronounce that over?
Yes. Oh, it was over 3 days ago.
Yeah. Well, he hit one off K-Rod, right?
Yeah.
To win a game.
But he had not. He was stuck around on 19 for a while there.
We still have not got to that gold ball. We should have a silver ball with 8 outs. You're right, Joe.
Because it's a lot of money being wasted.
Well, to the deepest part of the park.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious. 28 homers. And 2 guys that can pound it pretty well from that side of the plate discussing it. Big Poppy and Reggie.
Oh, man.
Texas teammates Milton Bradley.
Catcher's legs are getting sore. He's just sitting back there.
Finally. Well, I just wanted him to get to the goal ball.
Well, now here's your chance. Oh, 28 homers and now the gold ball. And everyone is just worn out except Josh Hamilton and his pitcher, Clay Counsell. Gold ball trying the other way. But I like his chances on getting to the finals. '28 home runs.
I got something for you. Hey, you let him? Wow. I got mine. Hey, we got more rounds to go.
No, we got to get you first. You can't hit that many home runs and then walk away. You said in your journey back to baseball, you dreamed about this. How did it compare to the dream?
Well, obviously in the dream, I didn't know how many I hit. I was just being able to talk to you about it. You know, it's amazing over the past few years what God's done in my life and how quickly He's done it. So I just feel blessed to have Clay here, throwing some batting practice to me and people watching.
You had all these fans chanting your name in Yankee Stadium. How did that sound?
I tell you, folks, I got chills. Thank you guys so much.
Clay, we have to ask you, you've been here, you've seen Josh since he was a little boy. 54 pitches for you tonight. What is this moment like for you?
Oh, this is a big thrill for me, and I thank Josh for inviting me. I say here I'm at the All-Star game, only got one vote, Josh. So I really give him credit and appreciate the opportunity to come out.
54 pitches, you only got one water break. How's your arm?
It's wore out. I need therapy. We got to go again.
Go get some ice. Boom, back over to you.
Well, here's the good news. Unless Lance Berkman and Justin Bourneau or Ryan Braun plan on hitting 20 or 21 homers,
total, right?
Josh doesn't have to hit in the second round, and he'll automatically be in the finals.
502 feet right there. Look at that. Well, 502 is good, but let's go 504 right here. Look at the strength of this young man.
Well, as I said in the beginning, Steve, he's hitting everything on the sweet spot right there, and that was the reason, you know, for the sound being different, that's the reason that he was able to generate so much power, because he was hitting everything on the sweet spot.
518 feet right there. I need to get toweled off after that.
I mean, look at that. Look at the hands. You know, they talk about Tiger Woods in golf, that delayed action, how your hands move forward and then they catch up, the barrel of the bat catches up. Well, that generates power, and that's what he was doing there, that delayed hand action.
Under one of these bases around is a certificate which will entitle the one.
Well, Josh Hamilton has just put the stadium in a tizzy. So he, along with Lance Berkman, Justin Bourneau, and Ryan Braun, are on to the semis here at Yankee Stadium. We'll be back.
Bottom of the ninth, last chance for the Cubs. They're down by 3.
Man, we got to get something going.
Man on first. A line drive, base hit to right, and the runner goes to third. That'll work. Ready, and the 2-2 delivery. Driven the other way, hooking. Fair ball. Pitch hit, 2-run double, and the tying run is on second. And here's the pitch. Ground ball right side, base hit. Tying run is in. 2 down. Bottom of the ninth. Driving in the air. Deep left field. Cubs win. A game-winning 2-run homer. Cubs win again.
You know that place where the love of the game is the real souvenir? I'm there.
State Farm, proud sponsor of Major League Moments everywhere.
The response has been so vocal, we're adding Subway $5 regular footlongs to the new Subway Everyday Value menu. We repeat, piled high $5 footlongs on the Subway Everyday Value menu. Not 2, not 4, but 8 mucho meaty footlongs, like the gourmet spicy Italian and the how can I eat all this meatball marinara. $5 footlongs on the Subway Everyday Value menu. It's music to your hunger.
Oh, this is interesting. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Greg.
I think we have a little competition. What do you say we move forward with that new data center like we did with the LA office?
Sure, Greg. We can customize your blade servers with the same software and security we discussed yesterday.
Right, so I just plug in and I'm good to go.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I call that? Sweet.
Turning new technology into your technology. CDW is there with the customized solutions you need.
Oh, look at this. Bring it on.
On August 8th.
Again!
Discover a Major League comedy.
Cardo. The unexpected play at the unexpected time.
About Little League legends.
You a great hitter? Not so much. Fantastic fielder? Not so much. Why is he so special? Because he knows all the girls.
Based on the true story of the team that made history.
Hey, Coach, there's more than one out in the baseball game.
The Perfect Game. This film is not yet rated. In theaters August 8th.
I need you. I need you every single day and I want you. I want you every single way and I need you. I need you every single day and I want you. I want you every single way and it's love. It's love. It's love. It's la 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 la. It's love. It's love. It's love. It's la 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 la. It's love.
I'm John Butchergoss with the Sports Center right now. The starting pitchers have been named for tomorrow night's All-Star game in Yankee Stadium. Ben Sheets and Cliff Lee. Sheets has never been to Yankee Stadium before this All-Star break. He's looking forward to it. And Cliff Lee of the Indians, 12-2, 2.31 ERA. Penske Racing says it will not re-sign Ryan Newman, who has been with the team since 2000. There's been speculation he may join fellow Hoosier Tony Stewart on the newly formed Stewart-Haas racing team next season. Full details on Sports Center tonight.
Good job, Dan. Look again at our Final Four contentions, brought to you by Holiday Inn. Josh Hamilton with 28, Justin Morneau with 8, Lance Berkman with 8, Ryan Braun 7. And so now these totals count as Lance Berkman is up in the second round. The combined totals in rounds 1 and 2 will get you our 2 finalists. And so while we still marvel in what Josh Hamilton was able to do, the totals do wipe out in the finals. But here's a guy that knows something about hitting home runs in Yankee Stadium. And that would be the Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson, who joins us here with Joe Morgan and Steve Phillips and Chris Berman. Good evening, Reg.
Thank you, Chris and Joe Morgan and Steve Phillips.
How are you?
If I was doing any better, I'd be twins.
How was you went to Manhattan and back during Josh Hamilton's at bat, didn't you?
You know, I came downstairs and I left upstairs. I said, I need to get downstairs while this guy's got 10 outs. Because he's only got 10 outs, and I got down here and I had another 20 minutes to watch. 28 home runs, it looks like a misprint.
It does. How about where some of those balls went? I mean, you understand, you hit him there. I understand different circumstances and games, but there are some places that very few can reach here.
There is no doubt. I think that Joe, Steve, you guys have all seen enough baseball. It's why people have paid to come to this tonight. If nothing else happens, the fans have gotten their money's worth because they saw bomb after bomb after bomb, and they compared it to Mickey, they compared it to Stargell, McCovey. They had all those opportunities to do that, and that's why we paid to come out here tonight.
You know, speaking of that, were you ever in a home run hitting contest? I mean, some teams would have them.
I was, Joe. We had home run hitting contests, you know, say the Baltimore Orioles against the Oakland A's and things like that. And I absolutely loved them. It just, what we would win was like, remember Man Alive, 2 for $5, 2 pair of shoes for $5? You'd win that, or a $50 gift certificate for dinner, you know, for like 6 people. You get $75. But, you know, I want them all.
Well, we're not surprised at that.
Unfortunately, they didn't have this when you were making the All-Star team.
Joe, I would have came out here. I don't want to do the home run derby because it might affect my swing. I was trying to do that every time I went to the plate. What are you talking about?
Well, I tell you, my greatest All-Star game thrill, I was in Detroit in 1971. I was sitting up in right field when you hit that home run. Talk about that at bat.
Steve, I appreciate the fact that you didn't say you were 10.
I was actually 8.
No,
I was 8.
You know what I remember about that? Sal Bando, you know, I made the All-Star team as an alternate for Tony Oliva. He was hitting 400 and he hurt his knee. And I was getting dressed, getting packed, and Sal Bando, who was a locker between he and I, Captain Sal, says, Reggie, do me a favor. Don't embarrass the ball club and go back there and strike out, because I was a prolific striker.
In Vegas.
But I have front row seats for the Insider.
The nerves, the tension, as they get ready to reunite as a singing duo. And
something was sitting on the edge of my bed.
Teen Ghostbusters in tonight's Insider In Depth. A&E's psychic kids taking on spirits with night vision cameras, but frozen by fear.
It just terrifies me.
The Insider is on with Lara Spencer from our home in Times Square. Stars X Al Reynolds, his YouTube tell-all about their marriage and his sexuality.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Insider from New York City. Let's get started right now with what we've uncovered about today's top story. Pat O'Brien has the late-breaking details.
It was no balls and 2 strikes. I got out of the batter's box, and of all the things I was thinking about, I know, ladies and gentlemen, you're supposed to be thinking about what you're going to do with the pitch. Going to be working, you know, I'm going to make contact. I said to myself, Sal said, Reggie, don't strike out. For the first time in my career, I choked up. That's the truth. Yeah, I choked
that
up.
ball?
Yes, I did. I choked up.
Well, Lance Berkman, with just an out to go, may have just choked up. He has 6, so he's in pretty decent shape here. Reggie, can you put into words what it was like playing in this stage at Yankee Stadium?
I'll stumble through it, you know. Every time players come here, no matter who you are, Hall of Famers to be, future Hall of Famers, and guys, you know, that are great rookies or highly touted or whatever.
No, I'm fine.
Sooner or later, your first trip here, you get out to the monuments. You take a look, and you're in awe, because there isn't a baseball player that doesn't recognize the names, DiMaggio and Huggins and Mantle and Gehrig and Ford and Berra. There's no one that doesn't know those names. So you go out there, you marvel, and you absolutely appreciate the fact that you can step on the hallowed grounds. And so for me, playing here, you had a chance to compare yourself to the greatest players of all time. This is why Rodriguez is here in New York. Jeter gets to compare himself to the greatest of all time. And that is so much of what baseball is about, the comparisons of its history.
Well said.
And then you hit a home run. And then how does the crowd and the roar affect you?
You know, when people say you put the pinstripes on and things become different, the energy from the crowd, when you look up in the stands and see the layers of people in the stands, you remember what has happened in the stadium. And if you're going to fulfill your potential here, certainly it helps because of the stage, because of the city, because of the expectations and the constant drive from the media to do well and be successful. So it is a fabulous place to play. I feel fortunate that I played here.
You know, all the guys, you had a great time here. There have been other guys who did not fare so well coming to New York. They couldn't handle this big stage. And I think that's what you were talking about. On the big stage in New York, there have been a lot of failures here, too. We know a lot of players who were pretty good before they got here, and they could not handle that stage. I mean, you relish being, in this ballpark, and that makes a big difference. You love the big stage. And there are a lot of guys who were afraid of this big stage.
Joe, I think that so many players that understand the history of the game, and Steve, you know that as well, when they understand its history and they have the opportunity to relish, to be privileged to be able to participate with it, it's not something that you're afraid of. You're elated. You swell up with the ability to attempt and try to perform. And if you're going to be a good player, you're going to fulfill your ability. The players that respect and relish the game have reverence for its players. And this place become great players.
Now, when you and Joe got a chance to play All-Star games, it looked like you went out to win for your league. There was that sense of pride to win for the American League or for the National League. It doesn't feel the same way now. Why do you think that is?
Well, for one thing, after the game was over, we all didn't have our own jet to fly wherever we wanted to fly. I was wanting to hustle to get home the next day because we had a workout. And you needed to be there. Now, toward the end of my career, I got that day off. But I participated in 13 or 14 All-Star games. And in 4 or 5 of them, I played 9 innings. Right. And when Willie Mays played in the All-Star game, he played 9 innings. And so did Aaron. And they didn't complain. They enjoyed it. Our president of our league came in one time and said, Reggie, we haven't won a game in umpteen years. I used to see Joe and Rose and those guys at the All-Star game. They laugh at me, make fun of me. You ain't gonna win. You ain't do nothing. I'd be out there, playing 9 innings. They'd be looking at me laughing, gone somewhere to a restaurant. Hey, man, I walk in the restaurant at 11 o'clock and hey, you just getting done. See you. I'm going home.
Well, I tell you what, your mark indelible here in Yankee Stadium, and it's just fitting you're with us here on a home run derby night. One of the greatest ever to swing for the fences with 563, and I still think he could still win this. Although with Josh, that would be tough. Reggie Jackson, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Chris.
All right. Mr. October knows a little bit something about long ball. Ravi, what do you guys think? Morneau can get it going?
Well, that's all relative, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it does feel like we're watching an intermission act after what Hamilton did. We watched Lance Berkman go through it, Crucky, and it felt like everyone now is waiting for Hamilton to come back.
Yeah, well, it's worth great anticipation what he did in the first round. But my concern is Claiborne Counsell, the pitcher. Josh Allen might say, let's skip the second round, give Claiborne a chance to reload.
Well, I don't see a reason he would ever come up in the second round. Move on to the finals. It reminds me of Tiger Woods at Pebble Beach. The race for second place in 2000 was really good, but there was a guy who was 12 shots ahead.
Well, yeah, it reminds me of Dwight Stones jumping 7-6 and then not jumping the rest of the tournament. I just want to recap what we just saw. A former heroin addict who was out of the game for 3 seasons came to Yankee Stadium after having a dream that he would come here and be in the Home Run Derby, not even knowing it was going to be in Yankee Stadium, and he hit 28 bombs, and he picked his 71-year-old Legion batting practice pitcher, which is a total gamble anyway. You don't know if the guy's going to be able to deal with the bright lights of Yankee Stadium. And the old 71-year-old guy fed him these beautiful pitches, and he's tripled the lead on everybody else. I mean, that was the send-off that Yankee Stadium deserved if this is, in fact, the send-off.
Right now, Justin Morneau has got 14 total home runs. That would be 15. So if you combine what Morneau and Berkman have done, they have one more than Hamilton did in his first round, which is 28.
But all it takes is to get into that final round, and the slate's wiped clean.
True. What's it going to take for the people to realize that there are other guys involved in the competition, Peter? Another 20?
Well, actually, all it does is come down to whoever finishes second, get into that third round and put on the show. I mean, that's the one thing. As great as that show was by Hamilton, whoever, if you come out in the last round and hit like 12 or 13 and Josh cools down in this period, that's... But you know what? It doesn't take away from the show and from the story.
Right.
And from the model.
I was disappointed that A-Rod didn't come. I mean, he had 3.9 million reasons to come here, and he didn't come. But this was better than anything A-Rod was going to give us. This was amazing.
Lance Berkman, as a result of Morneau having 17, is out of the competition. So now it's going to be Hamilton against either Morneau or Ryan Braun if he's got anything left in the tank. But how about being Berkman following what Hamilton did?
Yeah, that's, you know.
That's an impossible act.
Well, it's like following a perfect game. You give up the single on the first pitch, you pitch a one-hitter. You know, people are going to boo you and walk out of the stadium because you didn't follow it up. You know, the thing about it, think about how long Ryan Braun's had to sit.
Yeah. Here's the round 2 recap, the 9 home runs, and it's amazing what Hamilton has done to the competition. Take a look at some of the Morneau home runs. Guess now you know what it felt like to be anybody other than Barry Bonds during the 73 home run season. I mean, this is completely taken everything else and rendered it secondary. Morneau's hitting upper deck shots. He's hitting 480-foot shots.
And people are hoping he hits homers, but secretly hoping that he makes them out so we can get back to Josh Hamilton. It's sad.
Well, it's like following Mozart. What are you going to do? I mean, this is the story of the weekend. And we might have a great final, but right now that was amazing.
Now we just got to get to the final. But Josh Hamilton's show is what everyone is talking about as they get set for Ryan Braun to come up. Hamilton's got 28. The next closest is 17. Ryan Braun's got some work to do. All he needs to do is get to 18 to set up a Braun-Hamilton final.
It's my lifeline. It's my A-list. It's my favorite movie. It's my update. It's my ticket in. It's my way home. Turn left. It's my instinct. It's my world. Visitors are welcome.
The new Instinct. It's from Samsung. It's for you.
Here we are, match point, Yang and Lau, 2 giants of the game facing 2 giants, David Ortiz and Brian Urlacher, who always liked the game, were having a couple of vitamin water power C's, and Ortiz said, let's try it, baby. Yang serves, Urlacher returns, Yang volleys, Ortiz hits a powerful smash, and that will do it. The new men's doubles world champions. Oh my, the shuttlecock is lodged in Lau's leg in an eerie repeat of the quarterfinals against Olofsson and Jensen. Vitamin water, try it.
They live in our minds, like unforgettable moments should. The shocking blows. The random miracles. The sight of grown-ups being kids again. The October fairy tale starts once again in 2008. Game over! And who comes out on top? We do. Because there's always another jaw-dropping moment that happens each fall.
You're looking at one for the ages here.
There's only one postseason. There's only one fall classic. There's only one October.
Say it again.
5-star safety rating. The Toyota Sienna gets 0% APR or $1,800 in customer cash. Between luxury and soccer practice lies Sienna, the smart way to keep moving forward.
If you could, would you? If you could drive the best, would you? Of course you would. Drive the best-in-class Mercury Milan or Lincoln MKZ. Now clearance priced during the Hopkins year-end sale. Hop over to Hopkins on the Fairway, Jenkintown.
No matter what you seek, Comcast can help you find it. Just press channel 888 on your remote to look for homes, cars, you name it. Searchlight. What are you looking for?
Back at Yankee Stadium, the State Farm Home Run Derby, and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America is the official charity of Major League Baseball, reaching more than 4 million kids worldwide. Together, they create a positive place for kids. The only thing positive that we can say so far tonight is that guy who wears that helmet is blown away the competition. Now, you're a 300 hitter in your career, okay? 100 home runs?
Yeah.
21 high in a season.
Really?
This guy hit 28 in a home run derby.
Yeah, that's more than I hit in my whole BP career, to be honest with you.
Really?
I didn't hit home runs in batting practice. I didn't want to. I didn't try to. Probably could have, but not that many. That's a show.
The magic number for Ryan Braun is not 28. He needs 11 to get to 18, which would get him into a final with Josh Hamilton. And for anybody who just happened to flip on ESPN and realize, wow, there's a home run derby going on, you missed arguably the greatest home run derby individual show ever. Josh Hamilton, seen there on the right, had 28 home runs in the first round, eliminating his need to hit in the second round. He's in the finals.
Incredible. I'm sort of an aficionado of this home run derby thing, and I think that was clearly the greatest home run derby performance ever, coupled with the amazing story of a cocaine and heroin addict who found religion, had a dream, and came here to Yankee Stadium. It's a lousy night to be an atheist.
Ryan Braun just goes deep, so he needs 10. Now he's going to need 9, because that one is also leaving towards left field, and that's a big shot into the bullpen out here just below our location. So Ryan Braun quickly 2 for 2 here. He's got no outs. And again, his number is 18. You know, the other thing about Hamilton is, for those who now know the story about him, all those tattoos he has said recently, he regrets having one as he's rubbing down the shoulder of Claiborne Counsell, his 71-year-old pitcher who he knew back when he was playing American Legion ball, but he regrets many of the decisions he made growing up. One of them were those tattoos. He said he wished he could get rid of every one of them. Ryan Braun down the left field line, and it will not go out.
You know, this is it's not like anybody else has had a lousy night. We didn't have a single offer. We didn't have anybody with 1 or 2. It's all a JV game compared with what we saw, and maybe it'll come back into being a competition, but that was truly something to savor.
Effortless seemed to come to mind as Ryan Braun flies one big back here, another one into the bullpen. So Ryan Braun's power beginning to show as he now gets to 10 total. 8 more to get into the finals. Hard to say, Peter, but if you looked at Braun and you looked at Morneau, maybe if they tag team, do they have a chance to beat Josh in the final? Who's got a better chance to compete with Hamilton?
Well, I mean, we did have 1999. Mark McGwire had an incredible first round.
Yep.
But Griffey ended up beating him in the third round. So those things do happen. You get tired, you sit around for a while.
But McGwire hit in the second round, didn't he?
Yes.
He did.
You also have to wonder how Clay Counsell's 71-year-old arm handles the getting stiff. I mean, he probably wakes up stiff. So unless we got a tub of Ben Gay back there, I don't know.
I think Claiborne's dialed in. He's dialed in. He's a North Carolina man. They don't worry. They don't fret over a whole lot.
He's not going to let this opportunity pass him
60,000, he's the only one here.
Ryan Braun needs 8 to get to the final, and now he's starting to make some outs.
Peter, there's some special resiliency to the Tar Heels, isn't there?
Yes, of course. Nice tip from the guy for Cary, North Carolina, you know.
But come on, the guy hadn't been here in 52 years. Hadn't been to Yankee Stadium. And he came out and his second pitch went for a home run. That obviously calmed the guy down. But he's just a little guy who for 30 years has thrown batting practice to the kids of Raleigh, North Carolina. And now he's here at Yankee Stadium. It's last season. And he's in the center of the universe right now, at least for baseball.
Well, considering the events that he's seen in his 2 trips here, I hope he's here on September 21st, the final day of Yankee Stadium, where they really see something special.
What an amazing story and a night it is for Hamilton, and all the attention. Claiborne Counsell never thought he'd get this attention.
We saw Don Larson's perfect game, and he came here, and for what his job was for coming here, he pitched the perfect game in the first round.
He sure did.
Absolutely perfect.
Homer?
Well, he's got more pitches in him. He's ready to roll. Look at him. Look at that. See? He's got that little cagey smile, fellas.
Boomer, I think the wind has shifted a little bit from left field. It's not going that way anymore. It's knocking some balls down. You can feel the breeze a little bit more. Every ball they hit before was way out. Now they're just going out. I mean, that one against the wind, but I think if you're looking for a challenge for Hamilton in the finals, it may have to be Morneau, another left-handed hitter, because the wind's going to have an effect. I mean, I'm watching your hair here. It's blowing. It wasn't blowing before.
Why turn up the air conditioner?
Oh, okay.
You know me, Joe.
Well, it won't affect something like that, though.
You remember me in Atlanta coming out of the icebox.
Well, one of the things you watch Ryan Braun swing, he stays tall through his swing. He doesn't collapse his backside to try to get lift on the ball. Rotates the hips and really keeps the same height throughout the swing, keeping his eyes still to be able to read the ball as it comes in.
More than anything else, Steve, I like the way he is built. I mean, he's wiry, kind of reminds you a little bit of Hank Aaron. He's a wiry guy.
That's a shot, Joe.
Well, maybe stop blowing there. Well, the flag stopped again. It's not moving out there.
Plus, I thank you very much for noticing I had any hair blowing in the breeze.
He's a good scout.
Good eye at the plate.
When you've got the build like his, there's no muscle up top, you know, to restrict your swing. And you see a lot of guys that are muscle bound get a little big up at the top, and their swings aren't as supple. This guy he's built like a hitter. He looks like a hitter.
Does it with leverage, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this one probably won't carry. So the issue now for Ryan Braun, Justin Morneau has 17. Ryan needs, with 2 outs to go, 3 more to at least force a bat off, if you will, or whatever we want to call it.
Well, you see when the ball gets up to a certain height, you can see it being knocked down by the wind in left field. So the best challenge would be Morneau against Hamilton if you're looking for that.
Well, he's got to hit 3 before the next one. They're all gold balls, of course. There's Josh Hamilton, who doesn't have to hit. We think he's going to take a few hacks just to stay loose. Braun going the other way, and that will not make it. We do know that Justin Morneau is the one that will go head-to-head with Josh Hamilton in the finals. Josh has yet to hit in this second round. He will take a few swings. Let's go to Aaron Andrews quickly. Aaron?
All right, Boom, thanks so much. I'm joined right now by Joe Mauer. Joe, we're going to talk to you a little bit about Justin Morneau in just a minute, but through the Major League Baseball Players Trust, major leaguers are helping to improve the lives of those less fortunate and also encourage others to do the same. Joe Mauer here is part of Minnesota Action Team, which of course is a national youth team. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, the Action Team is just a group of major leaguers trying to inspire high school kids to get out in their community and get involved. And basically the message is just you don't have to be a major leaguer or a celebrity to get out in the community and help help out in your neighborhood. And it's been great. We're in 16 cities right now, and we're expanding next year to 22. So it's been going well.
And even do fun things like play with senior citizens. What were you playing Wii with them with Nick Punto?
Yeah, me and Nicky went over and we got on Nintendo Wii, and it was fun for all ages. That was the first time I've been on Nintendo Wii, and we had a good time. We got guys involved, and it's fun.
Sounds good. Well, Justin Morneau, he's got a long road ahead of him here, your teammate. Did you discuss anything with him, give him any tips?
That was a pretty impressive round by Hamilton. I'm still kind of lost for words on that one, but he made it to the finals. I think it's a clean slate if I know my home run derby rules right, but it's not going to be easy, but I'm pulling for my guy.
Joe, thanks. All right, Boom.
Aaron, thank you. Now, Josh Hamilton's going to hit just a few. He doesn't need to. Interesting, Joe Mauer, one of those #1 overall draft picks out of high school, like Josh Hamilton is. So that's a pretty, A-Rod's another one of them. There's some pretty good net. By the way, he's really cooled off. And these count, by the way. And Joe Mauer was correct. We do wipe the slate clean in the finals. It'll be Hamilton against Morneau. But this is just, you know, going to the driving range, taking a few hacks, right?
I think you got to be a little careful you don't get yourself too fatigued for the third round as you go through it, just so that he's fresh and gives himself the best chance to win.
I like your idea to have him start with gold balls. So that would have been 2 home runs. Oh, well. Put it in the hopper for next year. Put it in the file.
We'll put it in the suggestion box for next year.
You know, when Ravi and Crocky and the fellas upstairs were correct, no one laid an egg here. Even those that were gone. You know, I know Young Longoria took a while to go, but Uggla and Sizemore are just footnotes. They hit 6. You know, Chase Utley at 5. And he just said one more. So, you know, by the way, he has 3 to give him 31. And 32, and like that'll be enough, right? Gone! The record's 41. Not that that matters. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think only 2 of Hamilton's home runs have gone to left field. And, you know, he's, of these guys in the competition, hits the highest percentage of home runs to left field or to the opposite field of the guys in the competition.
You know what this is? He said one more, but he shanked one off the, you know, the bucket, has a couple balls left in it, Joe, at the range. Let me hit another one, right?
Finish on a good one.
Ooh. Well, those photographers are fortunate. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Who's inside?
There they are. I mean, talk about back. I mean, we're lucky there.
You know, we were talking about Josh missing all that time, and, you know, we're reminded in between innings, we were talking about the fact that some of the veterans like Ted Williams and those guys went away to war for a couple of years. But the big difference is Josh Hamilton was coming from Double-A baseball, and these guys had already been in the big league, established before they went away. They were coming back to something they were accustomed to. This is still all new. It was all new to Josh Hamilton coming to the big leagues from the minor league. So,
of course,
there's a similarity, but not the same thing.
But they also were flying bombing missions over the Pacific.
Right,
too. That's a little different. Too. But hey, it doesn't even matter. 3 years off is 3 years off, so it's all. So he and Clay Counsell will now regroup, shake hands with Justin Morneau, and these are our finals. And our longest home runs of the night brought to you by the Vitamin Water Power C. Here's our distance tracker, and what a surprise. 518, 504, 502. Are those in nautical miles? There it is. A couple of American leaguers, Josh Hamilton, Justin Morneau, for our finals from Yankee Stadium when we return.
And Pinilla's out to argue.
What a great call. You're doing a fantastic job, but people expect me to come out here and be upset, so I'm going to kick some dirt. You understand? Yeah, I understand that. Well, lately I've been feeling happy and content. Yeah, you seem different.
Lou is really giving it to him.
You better kick me out of this game. I've got a reputation to uphold. Fine, you're out of here. Say hello to the missus.
I will. You do the same. Drinking water makes you feel better and a lot less irritable. So make your body happy. Drink Aquafina.
Hey, batter. Hey, batter.
First base, $58. Second base, 630 pesos. Third base, 300,000 yen. Home, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's credit or debit MasterCard. Fan of the game, wherever there's a game.
Who could that be? Oh, wow. I'm there for you, buddy. That was Brad. He really wants to vent.
You should go.
Ready to vent?
Let's vent.
Let's vent.
Let's vent.
Introducing the vented wide mouth can from Coors Light. It lets in air for a smooth, refreshing pour.
Is he okay?
I think we'll be venting a little longer.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Consistency pays off in business, travel, and baseball. Isn't that right, Cal?
That's right.
What is Cal Ripken Jr. doing here?
Consistency earned him the nickname the Iron Man.
What will consistently staying at the Holiday Inn get me?
It could get you official MLB merchandise and tickets.
Could it get us all nicknames?
Like what?
Mrs. Ripken Jr.?
Bob.
Snake Eyes?
Really?
The more you stay, the more you earn. Holiday Inn.
From original creator Chris Carter, on July 25th, the phenomenon will be reborn.
Scully, I need you on this with me.
I'm done chasing monsters in the dark.
In the motion picture event that will make you believe again.
Tell me what you see. There.
I believe this man. You want to believe him.
It's here! Here! The X-Files, I Want to Believe. Rated PG-13, July 25th. Only in theaters.
Follow your Fantasy Hall of Famers on game day with ESPN's Fantasy Cast. It's interactive live scoring with real-time updates and red zone alerts. ESPN Fantasy Football. The best experts, the best features, the best game. Play free at ESPN.com/fantasy.
My favorite moment was Jabba Chamberlain's battle with the bugs in Cleveland, so I'm throwing in my ticket stub from the ALDS.
I'm throwing in Brett Favre's car keys. Look, I'm not saying what I did was right.
The ESPYs, hosted by Justin Timberlake, Sunday at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
Frank Sinatra's New York, New York is from Nothing But the Best. A new greatest hits package of Frank's music celebrating the 10th anniversary of his passing. Welcome back, everybody, to the State Farm Home Run Derby for 2008. Before we get to the official final round of Home Run Derby, our two finalists have a little warm-up act for you. They could both have a chance to win some nice prizes for Bennett Hayes of Brimfield, Illinois. In a moment, Bennett will head out to home plate and call his shot.
Where we at?
In the house that Root built. He will point to either left field from the foul pole to where the bleachers end, center field, which is the black area, or right field, which is again from the foul pole to the end of the bleachers. Whichever field he chooses, the hitters will have a chance to go up to the plate and take one swing to try to hit a home run to the field that Bennett has chosen. Should one of the hitters do it, Bennett gets to win a 2008 Chevy Tahoe Hybrid and a 2009 MLB ticket package. Short time ago, there was a coin flip. Josh Hamilton will hit first. If we don't have a winner in the first swing, Bennett will call a shot for a second time. Justin Morneau will try and win for him. So Bennett, time to head out to home plate and call your shot. And that would be pretty wise. Right field.
You wanna warm up?
So this is just one swing that doesn't
go ahead.
Count in the home run total. This guy's going to be hitting here until the new stadium opens.
I'm not sure Clay Council knew what he was getting into.
Which by the way,
well, guess what? I don't think he minds.
No. Just a note on the new stadium, the exact same field dimensions as this one right now. So the fans will get used to that. However, the old stadium cost $2.5 million to build. They built it in under a year. The new one, $1.3 billion. That's before overruns. It's about, let's see, so 86 years later, 500 times more.
Inflation.
You know, yeah, inflation. Well, I'm sure the tickets will be increased.
I don't know about 500. Well, 500 times more.
I'm sure there'll be an increase.
The grandstand tickets $1.10 back then, I saw.
Yeah.
Ready? All right, so this is for the hybrid and the MLB ticket package from our man from Illinois. So we've seen Josh Hamilton at 31 home runs. He's figuring this is in the bag, right? And we call the next shot now.
Come on, baby.
He gets to call the next shot.
That thing was a little,
Great experience.
Where are we going?
You don't want to go out the way, do you?
No.
I didn't think so.
Bennett Hayes of Brimfield, Illinois. Let's try right field again. Now it's Justin Morneau's turn. And then we have the finals.
Got a chance to talk to Bennett Hayes in the dugout before the Home Run Derby started. He's a Cubs fan from Chicago area. And he's kind of afraid to approach Cal Ripken in the dugout. Finally worked up the courage, or his wife worked up the courage to go over and say hello and take a picture.
He'll be a Twins fan if this thing goes out, I can tell you that.
Makes sense.
You know, it's interesting, actually, in the big scheme of things, not that it's much. They have a free swing and a hack. I don't know if they need a warm-up after 2.5 hours here, but... Morneau is working for his guy. He's waiting till the pitchers come down just a bit.
Joe Vavra, the hitting coach for the Twins, throwing him up in the zone, but that's where Morneau has shown the ability to get out of the park.
Well, guess what? You figure with these guys, it's in the bag, right? Oh, well, there's no such thing as a free lunch. We once again learned that on our State Farm Hall Home Run Derby. So now we go to the finals. And Josh Hamilton and Justin Morneau, we wipe the slate clean. So you could win 2-1 here in the finals. And often we heard Peter tell the story, and we were all there, Joe, Mark McGuire, with this huge round at Fenway in the first round, but that didn't translate to a championship. Jason Giambi, he's won one, but he had huge big rounds, and it didn't translate in the finals. Erin Andrews, we're ready for the finals.
We are ready for the finals, Boom. And don't forget, we talked about it earlier. We have 8 children here from the local Boys and Girls Club. Well, right now, we've got Ernestine Grant, who obviously is cheering for Josh Hamilton, and Tiffany Alvarez, who would like to see Justin Morneau beat Josh. Remember, the winner tonight of the Derby, their guy will help them get $50,000 for their local Boys and Girls Club.
All right, Erin, thank you. And the finals are now on. Justin Morneau with an out on the first swing. Seriously, we've seen Hamilton put on a show. What do you think? Does he win it or not, guys?
Well, do we get another pick? Is that what you're asking?
No, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, is it a shoe-in or does?
Well, I don't think anything's a shoe-in because we've seen, Morneau get hot as well. He seems to be a little lazy on his swings right now, everything going to center field. But we've talked about the fact that you go sit down for a while, and it's very difficult to pick up where you left off.
He had 8, then he had 9 in his first 2 rounds, and he'll have at least 1 here in the finals. Back, gone, upper deck.
That's a costless thing too, right?
And what do you guys think up there, Ravi? Is it Morneau is equal footing here with Hamilton?
No. I don't think there's any equal footing at all. Although, if you look at Hamilton's last 5 or 6 swings, I think he had 1 home run. I mean, that was very different than the string of about 15 in a row we saw. But no, I don't think the footing's equal. Stranger things have happened. Rick?
I think Boomer had it when he said that, if you're on the range and you're about to go to the tee, you don't want your last shot to be a shank. And his last 3 swings were shanks. So I kind of think maybe he might have got out of his rhythm here. So I don't think it's a lock at all.
Well, let's go to the voice of reason up here, John.
Yeah, I'm sure you're looking for me for the voice of reason. Yeah, I just think Josh Hamilton's too well rested. Justin Morneau had to go through that second round with aim and ambition. Josh Hamilton was just getting loose and just keeping loose. He's pretty much dialed in. He'll be all right.
The one thing the reason I thought Morneau might have a chance
He's so still. His swing is so good and so, as well as powerful. He reminds me of like John Olerud times 2, you know?
If you think about it, that he had, what, 17 to get into the final, and now he's got 19 home runs. He still falls 9 home runs shy of what Hamilton did after 1 round.
But you can see fatigue setting in. He got jammed. He hit a little roller to second. There he tried to get out in front of it because he knows he's slower, and he hits one off the end of the bat and pops it up. So
Hard to quantify the impact that Hamilton's 28 in the first round had on the opponents. That one is hammered, but there are times where you're a good hitter and you know the pitcher's going to beat you. That's a bad feeling. Yeah.
Often.
But it's kind of like when you're in Vegas at the blackjack dealer and all of a sudden the dealer changes and all of a sudden you're like, oh, you feel the air go out of the room. I mean, he might have hit his peak already.
3 homers. He's got 8 outs. 2 to go. You know, Steve Phillips may have said it right, Boomer, and we don't often say that, but he did say that, look, the magic ride of Josh Hamilton, that's what the story's all about, and it certainly appears to be that way.
Well, Morneau now has the gold ball here. He's got 3 homers. He wears number 33, and you guys know the story. In honor of his hero, I told you he was a goalie in British Columbia. Patrick Waugh was number 33, so he's going to have to protect in a low-scoring game, I think, unless he gets hot. But with a gold ball here, now there's one. So now he's got 4.
I mean, if he can get up to 6 or 7, I think he's got a real good shot.
Or at least to put pressure on Hamilton.
And I think that's what would happen.
Yeah. I know Hamilton's last few swings weren't good, but I think he had a different intensity level because he knew he didn't have to do it. I think it now gives him some time mentally to kind of regroup, refocus, and come out with a different level of concentration.
Got in at 4:30.
Oh, this one is hammered to right. Back, and that's going to be a top shelfer. So here's 5 now. 2 gold ball homers.
He needs to quit hitting home run.
Well, the thing you like about Morneau's swing is the balance that he maintains throughout his swing. And he just, I mean, he just has such great balance.
Well, the question is, will 5 be enough? Justin Morneau with 5 in the finals, and usually that's about 5, 6, 7 what we see in the finals, Joe, isn't it, as I recall?
That's what I was saying. If he could get to 7, I don't think he got enough. But if he could have gotten to 7, you know, possibly 8, I think he would have put a lot of pressure on Hamilton. But, you know, I don't think 5's enough.
You know, we come tonight and you don't know, well, we don't have, there's not the names that you would think and whatever, but someone is going to put on a show that we'll remember. Now, can Josh Hamilton complete the story that he has written perfectly? Justin Morneau certainly was solid in all 3 rounds. He's got 5 in the finals, and now the man that hit 3 homers over 500 feet, Josh Hamilton, to try to win it all when we come back.
Ground ball right side, base hit. Tying run is in. 2 down, bottom of the 9th. Driving out of the air, deep left field. Cubs win, a game-winning 2-run homer. Cubs win again.
You know that place where the love of the game is the real souvenir? I'm there.
State Farm, proud sponsor of Major League Moments everywhere.
Prohibition was a very tough time, not only for my family, but for everyone who enjoyed beer. So when it came to an end in 1933, my grandfather gave to his father a Budweiser Clydesdale 8-horse hitch and wagon. That 8-horse hitch and wagon eventually took the very first case of post-Prohibition Budweiser up Pennsylvania Avenue to President Roosevelt. Today, our symbol of pride and quality rolls on.
Oh, crunch wrap, huh? It's good to go, right? What's in it? Queso dip. Really? Like cheesy, spicy, party, queso. Looks delicious. Not cool.
Now you can get all that cheesy, spicy, beefy queso dip in the new Queso Crunch Wrap.
Are you gonna finish that?
Only at Taco Bell.
Rated E for everyone.
Here in the Bronx and down in Times Square on the Jumbotron, getting a chance to watch the home run derby there and the swing of Josh Hamilton. His 28 home runs through first round, and then he added a couple more. Now what he's trying to do is set a record for most home runs in a derby. We were all there in 2005 when Bobby Abreu blasted 41. You don't think he doesn't need to get there, but he can get there. He can try to set a record
when he's done, right?
Huh? Longest home runs hit in the Derby, and Hamilton now has got 3 of the longest ever hit. Remember in Milwaukee, Sammy Ray went off the scoreboard about 3/4 of the way up there. The big hurt went deep in Pittsburgh for 519 feet. I think the question is not whether he wins, it's whether he actually hits one out of this stadium. I think that's what happens in the final round to cap this all off. Amazing what he's done, too. It's not easy to win over a crowd in a matter of an hour in New York. That's all it took him.
An American League player in Yankee Stadium, and he's won them all over.
Rabbit, you can be a Yankee and not win over a Yankee crowd.
Yeah.
And this guy had them chanting his name, and they hardly knew the guy. What a story.
6 home runs to win it, and his 71-year-old pitcher, Claiborne Counsell, throws his first pitch in.
Still looks good.
He does look good. Let's see if there's any carryover effect from some of those swings that he had in the second round where he didn't even finish. He walked after 4 outs because he didn't need to do any more. He didn't need to go to the second round.
No, he didn't. And plus, Yankee fans know that in 3 or 4 years he could be a Yankee.
Yeah.
So start rooting for him now.
This one's coming our way, and it is not going to get there.
One thing about Josh, by the way, he has been totally private about his story until he had this dream, and he waited until he got to Yankee Stadium, and that's when he finally has been telling publicly his story. And so it's been a very emotional, exhausting week, I would think, for the guy.
He did know, though, the role that he plays, and there's home run number 1 for Josh Hamilton in the final round, and it is typically huge. 2 rows away from hitting the back wall. He did know what a forum he had here in New York at the Home Run Derby as an All-Star, and the impact he has on, forget baseball fans, just a lot of other people.
Well, a couple of people in the Rangers clubhouse said he's almost an evangelist in what he's tried to do for other people. He has his chat room. He does all this stuff to try to help kids with similar problems. He answers all their questions. He's been he knows he made his mistakes. He's now been a tremendous role model.
All right, so 5 more to win it. Let's go down to Aaron.
All right, thanks so much. I'm here right now with Justin Morneau. When you saw Josh Hamilton hit his first home run, you said, how do you beat that? How do you like your chances as you're sitting over here?
I don't know. Maybe he wore himself out the first round, but as strong as he is, I mean, he's a special kind of athlete. You know, a lot of people wish they could hit a golf ball as far as he hit that baseball out of the stadium. So, you know, he's as good as they come, you know, power-wise, and he's having a great year.
All right, Justin, thanks so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Aaron, Justin, thank you. Well, you can see the crowd now. He's definitely the crowd trying to help him because they know he's lost that love and feeling.
He's fatigued a little bit. And I think the crowd trying to lift him up some to try to get that energy going again.
Well, he did not have to hit the second round, yes, but look how long he hit in the first round. I mean, you do not recuperate nearly as quickly as people think from swinging a baseball bat. That bat's pretty heavy, and it gets heavier.
Well, Clay Counsell laid another one in there, and this is a scrape-out.
So I think there's that physical recuperation and then the mental and the concentration recuperation. Be able to try to get locked in again to find your rhythm to get your stroke to hit it out of the park.
Morneau hit 5. If he could have gotten 7, I believe that would have, like I said, been enough. But I don't think 5 is enough to hold this guy.
This ball is to right. Does it have enough lift? Not quite. And that missed by about a foot. So all of a sudden, let's not put the name on the trophy yet.
I actually had already started here.
That's why I mentioned it.
I was right in front of you.
Halfway there.
This one to almost center field, and that's going to be way over it. A doinker off the black part of center field. Oh, my goodness. So he's got 3. 3 more, he'll be the champ.
Clay Counsell, 79 pitches thrown today. That's a full day's work.
By the way, right there are major league teams that get to the phone when a guy gets 80, right?
Right.
So this might be a little less like it can still be done, okay? Right, Joe?
Well, we talk about pitches, whether they were stressful or not. I don't think these were real stressful.
Yeah, but he's 71.
I don't know.
Under duress. Okay.
That won't make it either. Although that ball had hair on it. So, Justin Morneau, I told you, trying to protect in a low-scoring affair, goalie-like. 3 outs left. 3 homers to hit. Which comes first?
Well, I have to tell you, the pressure starts to build around it right here now. You've got 7 outs. And you need 3 more home runs.
Milton Brantley up. Texas teammate Hamilton. Give a little support. Crowd with it, but this will be an out. So now, all of a sudden, the 2 longtime friends, Clay Counsell and Hamilton, look at each other, and everybody, and hardly anyone's left, they're all on their feet. Well, the crowd's going to try to really help. I don't know that this is Chino in the 9th against Arizona or Brochus in the 9th. I don't know if it's that. But just listen in and you'll know that they want it to happen. Gold ball in. 2 to tie. 1 more out and Justin Morneau is the winner. Can Josh Hamilton dig? Gold ball.
I think he signaled to him to take a little off. Don't throw it quite as hard as he was throwing before, because I think he realized he's a little tired. That's a smart play.
Oh. Well, so many times we've seen the man with the big show not quite win it at the end, but congratulations to Justin Morneau and to Josh Hamilton and all our participants and all the All-Stars, because tomorrow night's going to be unbelievable with all the Hall of Famers and everything else, what's going to happen. But tonight, we had a home run show in the house that Ruth built, fellas.
Well, the one thing that gets fans' attention is the home run, and then even more so the prodigious home run. We saw that from Josh Hamilton tonight. So no matter what happens, he put on a great show for us.
Well, he's with Aaron Andrews right now. Aaron?
Well, we know it didn't end the way you wanted it, but again, what was tonight like for you?
I tell you what, with the crowd getting up like that, that was all worth it right there. You know, being up there and the crowd getting into it, and you know, having my family up there watching this, you know, I couldn't ask for anything else.
How tired were you here?
You know, you don't feel tired, but obviously you're a little tired. You know, and when you get tired, you try to do a little too much, and that's what happened.
Well, again, we know you wanted to walk away with the trophy, but you walked away with a lot of praise and applause tonight here at Yankee Stadium. Enjoy it.
I think I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me this opportunity, and you know, glorify Him in every way I could.
All right, Josh, enjoy tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
Aaron, he made a lot of fans, not only here in New York, but people who knew the story but dialed in really may have seen him play, or at least hit, for the first time all season long. And wait to hear his ovation when he comes up to the plate tomorrow night. When we return, Justin Morneau gets the winner's trophy, and we'll go all the way around the horn for some final thoughts here at Yankee Stadium.
What about that big play when I pitched the ball to the left? Whoa, where's my man? All the way. High stuff. End zone is right there. Daylight. I see fans cheering. Touchdown. Woo, woo. It's all up in his face with stuff like this and stuff. And you, and you do all that stuff and you make him embarrassed. Gives you like a sense of pride. Makes you want to walk around and say, I own you. Could you pass me that soda?
Rated E for everyone.
Ride along with champion race driver Scott Pruitt in a Lexus IS, and you'll immediately notice the automatic sunroof. You'll admire the aluminum-trimmed center console, the side view mirror with puddle lamps, and the available navigation system. But mostly, it'll just be the sunroof. The handsomely appointed IS line. Get a better look at your Lexus dealer.
Deeply rooted in history and contested on an international stage. A unique battle against the elements at the birthplace of golf. The world's best compete on the legendary links of Britain's Royal Birkdale in the sport's oldest major.
Padraig Harrington has won the Open Championship.
Final rounds of the Open Championship, Saturday and Sunday on ABC.
Comcastic Labs high-speed internet field test. Introduction of Power Boost. We never stop making fast, faster. Comcast high-speed internet with Power Boost.
The Chrysler $299 Gas Guarantee Plus ends soon.
Right now, when you buy or lease most Chrysler vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year.
Plus, get up to $2,000 bonus cash allowance on a great selection of Chrysler vehicles, all backed by our best-in-the-business lifetime powertrain warranty. Get the Gas Guarantee, plus up to $2,000 bonus cash allowance on select models. Hurry, because an offer like this is too good to last.
The State Farm Home Run Derby is brought to you by State Farm, proud sponsor of the 2008 Home Run Derby. Call, click, or visit and start saving today. And in part by Chevy and American Revolution. And Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager.
Aerial coverage provided to you by Goodyear. Get there on Goodyear tires with carbon fiber. And we had some blasts closer to the blimp than we did to us down on the field, Aaron Andrews.
All right, boom. We're here to present a check to Tiffany Alvarez, representing Variety Boys and Girls Club, in the amount of $50,000 to a new teen center. Is Mike Davidson, VP and Chief Marketing Officer of State Farm Insurance, and Tim Brosnan, Executive VP of Major League Baseball.
Well, how about that? It's a great honor, Jason. You came through in the clutch tonight, and as a result of you coming through, Major League Baseball and State Farm is proud to present this check for $50,000 for the Variety Boys and Girls Club. So congratulations, Tiffany.
All right, well, congratulations, and congratulations to this guy, Justin Morneau. Now for the presentation of the 2008 State Farm Home Run Derby winner, Mr. Justin Morneau, is Rob Manfield, Executive VP of Major League Baseball.
On behalf of Major League Baseball, I'd like to congratulate Justin Morneau, the winner of the 2008 State Farm Home Run Derby. Congratulations, Justin. Great job. Exciting event. There you go.
Awesome.
Well, you said, how could you beat that when you were watching Josh Hamilton? How did you beat him?
Well, I was lucky that we got reset after the first 2 rounds. You know, this was his show. He did a great job. I mean, he deserved to win it, but, you know, I got lucky that he got a little tired, but he did a great job, and it was amazing. That was one of the best performances I've ever seen, and, you know, I'm just lucky to be out here right now, and this has been a lot of fun for me.
Well, congratulations to you as well. All right, guys, thanks so much. Let's send it over to Ravi.
Aaron, thank you very much. So Justin Morneau walks away with the title in spite of the fact that total he had 13 fewer than Josh Hamilton did. So what do you take away from the night?
Well, the fact that the winner is probably not going to be remembered because we're all going to remember Josh Hamilton.
Yeah, he was special.
I mean, Josh rented the car, rented the tux, paid for dinner, and Morneau got to kiss the girl on the doorstep.
The way it happened for him.
And as baseball always has in his past, going back to the Black Sox scandal and Babe Ruth, somehow between Josh Hamilton and Braun and Morneau and all these guys in this, it is as if we turn the page on all the Mitchell Report and everything else. We move from one era to another with this home run derby.
Certainly, you hope that's the case. And again, congratulations to the winner, Justin Morneau, and the man who won over the crowd here at Yankee Stadium, and all those at home who watched in Josh Hamilton. Folks, Sports Center will be on ESPN2 at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Baseball tonight will be on 2 hours from now after Sports Center and the softball game. Chris?
All right, guys, great job up there. Pleasure being with you. Joe, Steve, we saw in the house that Ruth built a Ruthian display by Josh Hamilton.
Well, the home run still excites people.
This is one of the greatest memories of my baseball life, and I think will be one of the greatest memories of Yankee Stadium history.
But as is the way Justin Morneau is as a player and as a person, he quietly went home with the trophy. For all of us here in New York's Yankee Stadium, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks so much for watching on the Celebrity Softball.
Gracias.
If I can make it there.
How can you not like ABBA? Everybody.